I'm the guy that everybody wants to be.
Want to know the secrets?
Yeah, I want to know the secrets. I got 99 of those damn flags. I just need one more.
You should probably just get a strategy guide then.
Pereira, E3 is about to start. Come on.
Really? Strategy guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KP, come on.
Don't call me that. All right?
What, to distract you from your year-old game?
It came out in November.
Yeah, it's old, like you.
You know that I'm like maybe 2 years older than you, right?
Yeah, whatever you say.
Adam! What are you doing?
Trying to get that pigeon.
Right, listen, buddy, we gotta go. They need us on set, so...
What is this, your grandfather?
Shut up.
Sorry, didn't know there were games with dinosaurs roaming the earth.
Okay, one more time.
Hey, hold on, look out.
Hey, it's Companion Cube.
That's not good.
Hey guys. Hi. Who's that?
He's the new intern.
Touch me and you pull back a stump.
All right, let's focus. All right, they need us on set and we lost our glowy portal door thing, so we gotta figure something out. Come on, let's come up with something.
There is another way out. You must bring me fresh baked pies.
Olivia? Why would GLaDOS want pies?
Because they're tasty.
Just get us out of here.
You just throw the companion cube into the incinerator.
Yeah, we lost it.
Just throw something else in there.
Like what?
Come on! No, get in there!
We have to start E3.
Kevin, where did you get that companion cube?
I got it in the other room.
Did we just kill an intern for no reason?
Yeah, you did.
No, Morgan. We did it for E3.
I'm getting too old for this.
We are rock stars. We are heroes. We are the next generation of entertainment. But above all else, we are gamers. At first, they rejected us. Then they accepted us. And now, at last, they respect us. We are no longer pushed to the fringes of entertainment. We are now a force. We are unstoppable. We have arrived. Once a year, we gather as the world's top game developers unveil their plans for the next wave of cultural domination. These doors are closed to everyone, and only G4 can take you inside live. For the next 3 days, the pinnacle of gaming has returned to the Los Angeles Convention Center. With thousands of new titles and billions of dollars at stake, G4 is the only network that can cover it all. This is where the next battle in the console war will be fought. G4 presents E3 08 Live.
Yes, hello everybody and welcome to G4's E3 08 Live presented by Wendy's. We have 3 days of exclusive coverage of really gaming's biggest event. I'm Kevin Pereira and joining me is Olivia Munn, Adam Sessler, and Morgan Webb.
That's right, E3 has always been an industry-only event, but as years went on, it seemed like really like anyone could get in. I mean, all you needed to do was work at Best Buy or GameStop.
Have a live journal where you once talked about playing Nintendo. It's fine.
Yeah, or know someone whose girlfriend's roommate worked at a GameStop, something like that. But now everything has changed. For the second year in a row, E3 is invitation only.
Ah, but that's where we come in.
Yes.
E4 is your one-of-a-kind VIP ticket to E308. We get you in the door and onto the floor. Our exclusive live coverage is the only way you'll get to experience the magic of E3, and we are going to show you
We are. We'll have in-depth interviews with the biggest names in gaming, hands-on demos of upcoming titles, and all the surprise announcements, trailers, celebrities, predictions, and rumors that you can handle.
Coming up this hour, we've got 3 of the most anticipated games of E3. First up, Bleszinski is dropping by with the shooter that taught us the phrase, Meat Shield. Get ready for Gears of War 2.
Plus, we kick some Hellgas ass and get into the fight with Killzone 2 for the PlayStation 3. You don't want to miss our hands-on demo.
Then we'll also get an inside look at the Lord of the Rings Conquest, and we'll speak to its director about the game's epic battles and the all-new storyline. But it won't just be the 4 of us that are holding down this fort. We've got all the G4 Super Friends out on the show floor. They combine form of great gaming coverage. They're visiting the booths, they're harassing the developers, they're pocketing the swag, and they're really covering it all from every single direction. So let's get it started. Let's go to Allison Hayslip, who's already in the thick of it.
Thanks. I'm Allison Hayslip, and I am here on the floor checking out LucasArts' new game, Fracture, which I am so excited for. It comes out this fall. Chris, what do you got?
Thanks, Hayslip. Well, I'm here at the exclusive Midway Gaming Lounge. There's a lot of gaming going on that I want to get to, but I just want to tell you that in a little bit, I'm going to talk to the awesome filth wizards behind This Is Vegas, a game that actually takes you inside Vegas. Why would you actually want to go there? So we're going to see that in a few minutes, but first, let's shoot over to Zach Selwyn.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Now, in just a moment here, I'm going to be taking a look at Sony's highly anticipated spy MMO, The Agency. It looks insane. After that, I'm going to be kicking it up in the G4 lounge.
That shirt looks magnificent on you, sir. I'm hanging out on the showroom floor. In a little bit, I'm going to take you guys inside MotorStorm Pacific Rift. But for now, let's head it back to the stage.
Thank you, Blair. Now later on, we'll also be checking in with Flitz, our fan on the floor. But now, Resistance Fall of Man wasn't just PlayStation 3's best launch title, it was one of the most enjoyable shooters out there, period. Now, 2 years have passed, and we're getting an exclusive hands-on demo of the game's sequel, aptly titled Resistance 2. Please welcome Insomniac's president and CEO, Ted Price, who is here to give us a guided tour. That's right. Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, now you have had some more time to push the hardware in Resistance 2. Like, how have you what advances have you made, and how are they going to affect the way Resistance 2 looks?
Well, this is the first third-generation PlayStation 3 title to be out, and we've been doing a lot of work on the engine to make sure that we can really push lighting, push textures, push effects, basically make the game faster and do more.
Okay, so what locations are we going to be seeing? I mean, are we going to recognize things that we've seen from the first game?
We're going to be in a brand new environment. We're back in the United States. The Chimera have launched this massive airborne attack, and we're traveling across the country fighting them off.
All right, let's talk about what we're seeing right now. This is a very small enemy that you're fighting right now.
This is a large enemy. This is a 300-foot Leviathan that's been...
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, sorry, it's a little small. He's been tearing apart Chicago, and what we're doing right now is trying to avoid getting our heads ripped off or smushed by him.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Well, we need to be very careful about where we're running, and because he's going to be ripping these buildings apart trying to get to us. Furthermore, we got to shoot him at the right time.
Okay. It really doesn't look like you can do anything to him.
Well, actually you can. So we're going to, in fact, we did actually get here. He grabbed us a little bit earlier in the demo, and we had to time our shot right to hit him in a very vulnerable place. But now we're just trying to avoid getting dumped into the ocean that Chicago has really become. It's been flooded.
So is Resistance 2, is it going to have a lot of boss battles? Is it going to be a series of boss battles, or is it going to be kind of a mixed bag?
Well, it'll be a mixed bag. We have a lot of great bosses in the game, large bosses that definitely move you away from traditional run-and-gun footage. But then again, we also are relying on our kind of unique weapons and unique enemies in the game to provide a lot of cool strategic combat.
All right, well, let's talk about the weapons for a second. They had great secondary functions as well as primary functions in the first game. I think that was a lot of fun for gamers to kind of think more strategically. Once you got the firing down, you could learn more about the weapons. So what kind of new weapons do you have in Resistance 2?
Well, one of the new weapons we're showing off here at E3 is a brand new Magnum. We didn't have any pistols in Resistance, but we wanted something that would really pack a good punch. But it's not just a Magnum. When you fire the bullets into enemies or into any object, they become detonatable. It's not a word, I know.
No, it's a great word, and I think we need to enter it into the English language.
I like that. What I like doing, though, is laying out traps with a bullet. So if you have a big horde of enemies rushing towards you, you can fire 6 into the ground and then detonate them in sequence, and it's a lot of fun.
So what kind of enemies are we going to be looking at? Are they going to be the same enemies that we've seen in Resistance 1?
Well, you'll see some updated versions of enemies from Resistance 1, like the hybrids and the steelheads. But we're introducing a lot of new enemies as well, such as the Leviathan we just saw, and a lot of other ones that we haven't quite unveiled. But there'll be plenty of variety.
I mean, was it hard to get the hardware to make an enemy of that scale living in the world, or is it harder to get hundreds of enemies on the screen at once?
Well, in terms of just scale, that was one of our goals for the game. We really wanted to create enemies that were huge, environments that were expansive, and stuff that you just don't see in other games. And that was because we were able to do that because of the new technology we've been developing for PlayStation 3.
All right, let's talk a little bit about co-op, because of course that was a very popular use for the first Resistance. What kind of modes are you going to have available?
Well, the online co-op mode is a story-driven mode. It has a light story that drives you through the campaign, and during co-op you get to choose between 3 different types of players. You can be a medic, you can be a soldier, which is basically our tank, and you can be a special ops guy, which is our long-distance damage dealer. All 3 of these classes work together to support each other in huge, huge battles.
And what kind of party options are we going to have?
Well, you'll be able to form parties, bring them into the games, multiplayer online, multiplayer co-op as well, and basically stick around with your friends.
Yeah.
We're also doing a lot of work with our community features to enhance it with the kind of mainstream social networking that you'll see on regular websites.
Yeah, they're definitely converging to the online social networks and the gaming social networks. What are we taking a look at right here?
What we're seeing right here is another part of Chicago. This is where you begin, and you're fighting against a horde of what we're calling Grims, one of our new enemies. These are former inhabitants of Chicago who've been turned to do something a little bit different. And as you can see, there are a lot of them.
Something a little bit different.
A lot different. Yeah, a lot different. You don't want to get near them. But this demonstrates kind of the overall detail and the new lighting tweaks that we made to the game, and just the amount of sheer stuff that we can get on screen.
So are you going more for a run and gun feel, or are you trying to sort of mimic the feel of Resistance 2 and the pace, mimic the pacing of Resistance 1?
It varies, actually. Okay. There are some segments where you're facing off against a lot of enemies, and then there are other segments of the game where you have to be careful and use the correct weapon strategy to get through.
Right.
One of the great things about the enemies and having Chimera versus humans is that we can do anything we want with Chimera.
Right.
We can really mix it up a lot to surprise players and challenge them to think a little bit harder about which weapons to use.
Was there anything you weren't particularly happy with in Resistance that you were able to address in Resistance 2? You're like, no, it was perfect.
No, I'm kidding. We listened to the fans. A lot of people made some fantastic comments about what they'd like to see in the next game, and we're addressing them in the game.
Great, well, we can't wait to see it. And when are we going to see it on store shelves?
This fall.
Okay, this fall. Now, thank you so much for joining us and showing us Resistance 2. It was a real treat for us. Let's send it back over to Kevin.
Thanks, Morgan. Now, global warming leads to global warfare in the new shooter Fracture, which was developed by LucasArts, and Allison is on the floor with more on the environmental conflict.
Thanks. Allison Hayslip here with Deep Waters, who's going to tell us about one of the games I'm most stoked for, LucasArts' Fracture. All right, tell me about the game.
Fracture takes place 150 years in the future. You play the role as Jet Brody, who is kind of in the middle of this civil war between the biogenetic side and the cybernetic side, the Pacificans versus the Alliance. What sets you apart as a soldier, though, is that you have this augmentation called the Entrencher, and it allows you to raise and lower the ground anywhere around you. You can use that to your advantage anywhere in the game.
Talk to me more about these weapons, because that is what I think is the coolest part about this game, that you're actually manipulating the earth around you.
Sure. A lot of our weapons, all of our weapons, in fact, allow you to use the ground, in different ways. But one of the favorite weapons that we have is called the torpedo weapon. It allows you to shoot a torpedo missile into the ground. It will go across the ground, raise a mound, and it will explode under enemies on the other side. So you can do interesting things like stand behind a mound, you can hide, shoot a torpedo, and blow up all the enemies on the other side.
Well, now how does the cybernetics and genetics thing affect the characters?
One of the cool things that we've done is we've added augmentations to the characters. So as you play through, your cybernetic augmentation will allow you to do really cool, interesting things like jump really high using the ground to throw you up in the air. Or also you can use a stomp that will really kill everything around you.
Sweet! Thanks, Steve. Back to you.
Thanks, Allison. All right, you could raise and lower the ground and do super jumps and blow everything away. That's one way to save the environment, or we could all just drive a Prius. I'd say let's blow everything up. Right now, let's send it over to Olivia and Adam.
Can you see Kevin driving a Prius?
Actually, I can. He's driving it very slowly.
Yeah.
Just like...
like a grandma. No, he drives a Subaru and he's very proud of it. You guys, don't go anywhere because E308 Live is coming right back with more of the games you've been waiting for. After the break, we'll get some FaceTime with the one and only Cliff Bleszinski.
Yes, he'll be here showing up his latest game. You might have heard of this one. Gears of War 2.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, yeah, that one. Plus, we'll be checking in with our grunts on the floor.
And don't forget, you can get up to the second E308 News exclusive videos, screenshots, and more at G4TV.com/E3. We'll have lots more right after this. Don't go anywhere.
E308 Live is brought to you by Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
I first saw this one when I was traveling through Prague. Geico probably thinks this is easy too. Dancing is good exercise. It works my glutes. Okay, America, I'll show you easy.
We really balance each other well.
The balance is ridiculous.
Yeah, because like
Great.
he motivates me to get going, do things. When he, starts to get a little type A, I'll bring him down a little bit. Lee has a powerful drive within him.
I'm an intense guy. I always have a full plate. She'll tell me, Lee, relax, you can't control this.
I think that difference between us is what makes us so great together.
See how it feels to be matched based on compatibility. Log on and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
Not doing what you want to do in life? There's a better way. Do what you love to do for a living. At the Golf Academy Schools, we're dedicated to preparing you for a successful career in the golfing industry. SDGA is an accredited golf career school that shares your love for golf. Call 1-866-588-SDGA now to get started on your path to a career in golf at one of our desirable campus locations. So quit just thinking about it and get out there.
7 out of 10 Americans have credit card debt. Like this single mom who couldn't make ends meet and fell behind on her payments. Or this couple who considered bankruptcy because of their debt.
Call American Debt Specialists now and you can reduce or eliminate your debt fast for good. You'll have one low monthly payment that fits your budget. It's simple, legal, and proven.
It was amazing.
I'm glad I made the call.
Call 800-834-7766 now.
Hi, welcome to Progressive.com.
Honey, what's all this?
Insurance?
Progressive motorcycle insurance.
Yeah.
RV insurance?
Uh-huh.
Boat insurance. But we don't have any of those things.
Well, actually, I do. We do. We do.
Surprise!
Let's bag these up.
Saving you money so you can buy more toys. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
There's one show out there that keeps coming up. Hurl. It's good, unclean fun.
Eat it! Eat it!
The greatest gag reflex competition ever mounted.
Don't puke, brother! Don't puke, eat more!
It's gastronomic molestation. It will bring about the imminent destruction of the human race. Reality TV that's turning heads and stomachs. Hurl. All new Sunday at 7, only on G4.
I was wondering why Gears 2 decided to go with 5 versus 5 multiplayer rather than allowing more players in each room.
That is a very good question. Now, Gears of War is not exactly a Rambo game. I mean, it has that pop and stop action.
Yeah.
You gotta
Work
take
as
a
a
little bit
group.
of cover. It's about strategy, working as a group, not exactly run and gun. I think 5 makes it a little more manageable, that kind of thing. But you know what? We fortunately have Cliff Bleszinski over there.
Yes, everyone's so excited about that.
Yeah, so we're going to take a look at Gears
Very
of War
exciting.
2,
He's
so
like
we can
a
ask him
god to
ourselves.
everyone.
And he is.
Hey everybody, welcome back to G4's exclusive coverage of E308 Live. This is the only place you're going to find all the latest news, interviews, and hands-on demos of the biggest and the best games.
She's right, forget live vlogs. That is so 2003. Get comfortable in front of your TV and we will take care of the rest. But how about now we go over to Adam for the latest on chainsaws and meat shields.
All right, our next guest is living the dream. A longtime gamer, he's worked his way from fanboy to E3 legend. Cliff Bleszinski is here with the sequel that everyone wants to play.
Game designer Cliff Bleszinski has come a long way from his early jazz jackrabbit days. His groundbreaking work on hardcore shooters like the Unreal series, Gears of War, and its upcoming sequel has made him a superstar in the gaming community. Carrying around a gun with a chainsaw attached will do that. With his unique and creative approach to game design and ability to push the envelope even further, Cliff Bleszinski has come into his own as one of the true giants of gaming.
All right, Cliff. Yes, clap for Cliff. Clap for Cliff. Clap for Cliff. There you go. Always good to see you.
It's good to see you, man.
Now, before we get into your demo as a single player, I want to talk about another aspect of the game that's a little tougher to actually demo on a stage, and that's the multiplayer.
Hell yeah, man.
So let's just first do the co-op. I know there's some people out there that said, okay, maybe it's going to be 4-player co-op, and it's 2 players, and there's a very good reason why. I would love for you to sort of give that.
Well, I mean, the main story is still about Marcus and Dom, and we're big fans of co-op. We love it. But we wanted to stick with 2 players in the campaign. I mean, if you've ever played like a 4-player campaign that has an intricate story, often like player 3 will get ahead of the other players. He'll start triggering cutscenes, and the more players you get involved, the more the story can tend to degrade. So we sat down and we're like, okay, let's keep it Marcus and Dom, and then what can we do outside of that? And we came up with this great mode called Horde, and it's basically up to 5-player co-op, and it's like, I like to pitch it as like Smash TV meets Geometry Wars. So it's like wave after wave of locusts coming after you, everybody's backs up against the wall, all hell's breaking loose, and it's a heck of a lot of fun.
Yes, I actually say it is. Okay, with that, I think we're going to get into the single-player demo and see real time, as we did yesterday, Gears of War.
Yeah, so this is a section from the campaign. Marcus and Dom are traversing a sinkhole. It's very precarious. There's nasty locusts all throughout, and there's a little bit of surprise at the end, and it's a lot of fun. Let me fire it up.
So what are the circumstances that brought Marcus and Dom to this point of the game?
Well, the thing is this is like 3/4 of the way through the game, and we've kept it incredibly vague as far as where they're going and what they're doing. But this is right near Jacinto, which is humanity's last safe location. You can see this beautiful vista right here, and we kind of, there the crane's falling down right there. In the main campaign, Marcus takes control of the other crane and will actually drive Dom across to the other side. Get a little vertigo moment going on right here.
When we're looking at a draw distance like that in Gears of War 2, how much different is that from Gears of War 1? That is amazing.
I mean, a lot of people, their memory of the first Gears is gray pillars and a lot of claustrophobic environments, and we really wanted to bust it wide open this time around and really just let players have a far better view of this scenario and like really just get a better idea of Sarah and kind of what the planet's all about, right?
And there seems to be a lot more sort of color there. It's still in the right tone, but there is more color pop.
Oh, I mean, we wanted to really have a little bit more come through, right? I mean, that whole desaturated thing, I mean, it's getting a little bit played out, and so, you know, color's not necessarily that bad of a thing. Let it, you know, the reds bleed through a little bit, let everything just kind of play out, right? Oh, here's the Mauler. This is basically a boomer with a shield, and he has an explosive flail. And you notice Dom's trying to unload on him right now. Very unsuccessfully with the shield coming at us. And if I can actually finish him off, I can take his shield away from him and use that as portable cover.
And that is a new aspect of the game. And
oh yeah, and you can use that in multiplayer as well. Oh, he's going to charge at Dom right there. Ooh, sweet, we took him out. Now I'm going to grab that shield, pick it up. A Reaver just landed. Reavers are those kind of flying squid-like creatures, right?
We saw them at the end of the first one, but you never really interacted with them.
Yeah, you killed a bunch of them, but this time they actually land. I'm going to plant the shield into the ground right here. Protects me against the rockets. Open up my Hammer of Dawn to blow this guy into itty-bitty bits. Boom, there we go.
Can you only use the Hammer of Dawn against those? Or
oh, you can use the Hammer of Dawn against everybody. You can use it against your friends, you can use it against your enemies, you can use it against your neighbor.
Can you use other weaponry to take out that enemy?
Yeah, you can basically just, you know, whittle them down with the various bullet-based weapons, right? Knock this guy out. Let me curb stomp this guy, the curb stomp. Oh, of course, is back.
God,
you gotta, let's give it up for the boot to the head, people.
Yeah.
It's always a crowd pleaser.
See, don't try that at home unless you're doing it in a game.
Or unless you're backyard wrestling.
That's true.
These are tickers. These are new enemies. And these are kind of like these improvised explosive devices. If I hit them, I can launch them in the air and take them out. And this is our
damage other enemies.
Oh, absolutely. This is our Scorch drone. He's got a little explosive backpack, which I just shot, and he's going to pop down. Here comes another ticker. Melee that guy. Blow this guy up. I'm on fire today. I can't lose.
Yeah, this is really impressive. And you're talking to me at the same time.
Yeah, you know, I can pat my head and rub my belly at the same time, too. I multitask.
Well, hey, when I need that skill being performed in front of me, I know who to call.
Finish this guy off here. Let's see if I can pick him up. Stomp him again. That'll work. So now I'm going to grab the Scorcher, which is our Gears flamethrower.
Okay.
And this is a nasty little weapon where you shoot people in the multiplayer, you'll hear them actually screaming, which is always incredibly fun.
Very
nice. If I active reload this perfectly, the shot will go further. You see there, move through here. Oh, more tickers, little buggers. go ahead and move on to this building here. And you might have seen the grapple drones in our earlier demos. They use the grappling hooks to kind of climb up. You can actually shoot the hooks and make the guy fall. There we go. Oh, I'm getting totally hosed
Now, the weapon you're using, while it was in the original Gears, it has been a little bit modified for this one.
Well, the weapon that we had right there was the Gorgon. That was the Locust burst pistol, essentially. And that's essentially kind of a Robocop pistol, right? Where you can kind of take somebody hostage. Up the building's collapsing now. I'm going down.
It's amazing. It's the second Robocop reference in 2 days of our
You know,
coverage.
it's one of the greatest sci-fi films of all time, right?
I'll buy that for $1.
And very good. I like that. Now the building's collapsed. I'm going to traverse to the next area. It's kind of hard to talk and demo at the same time because there's so much stuff going on in the game. We wanted to pack it with water cooler moments.
This
is the Locust Priest. He's Cantus. He's using these nasty ink grenades on me to kind of try and flush me out, but I'm going to go ahead and burn him a little bit. You want them regular or extra crispy?
Let's have some extra crispies.
All right, sounds good. Now we got guys climbing up. Let me throw a grenade over there, blow them up.
Incoming! Frag out!
Go to the Hammer of Dawn. Try to finish him off. Oh, you bastard.
Oh, Clay.
I died.
All right.
I gave it the college try.
Hey, nonetheless, let's just say I play Gears a lot. You still went further than I can usually do without, you know.
Did you actually beat it on Insane, though? That's what I want to know.
Kevin did.
Yeah, Kevin's hardcore like that.
Yeah, I'll definitely give credit to Kevin over there. So I think it's a couple more questions.
Yeah.
How many more new enemies are we going to see in this? Just in this short demo right now, I think I can name 5 things that we didn't see in the original Gears.
Well, we have boomers with all sorts of new armor right now. They have new weaponry. There's a boomer that wields the Gatling gun, which is the mulcher, which you might have seen in the stage demo, which is named appropriately because it basically turns your enemies into itty-bitty, pulpy bits, right? We have the shield one that you saw. We have Reaver's Landing, all sorts of new boss monsters. We got the Tickers, Scorch drones. I mean, there's just piles and piles. It's, in Gears 1, it was kind of like you'd be fighting 3 or 4 locusts at a time. Now we have scenes where there's crowds coming at you, so it's not just like the Locust entourage, it's more like the Locust horde, right? There's like masses of them coming, and it feels really, really epic, and it feels really, really tremendous.
Epic is a fitting word, both given, the fact of, you work at Epic.
See what it is? Full circle, right?
Exactly. Full circle Cliff Bleszinski. Cool. Thank you so much for coming by. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this game. Really looking forward to it. And stomping our foes right there in the curve. Let's take it back over to Olivia and Kevin.
All right, actually, I want to take a second to just applaud Kevin Pereira, that accomplishment.
What, the itty-bitty pulpy bits?
Yeah.
Oh, the beating on Insane. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I would have not been able to pull off that hammer kill
Just
either.
a second for you.
Thank you,
Feel
Olivia.
good, right?
No, I like it. And then let's continue.
All right, guys, it's time to hear what you think at our latest X poll. One of the biggest questions on everyone's mind is, what's the best new addition to Gears 2? Is it chainsaw dueling, meat shields, or new executions?
Ooh, good options. Tell us what you think at G4TV.com/E3 or text E3 to G4TXT. That's 44898 on your mobile phone. That'll let you vote. And of course, we'll have the results a little bit later in the show.
Now, all of us here are E3 veterans. We've seen it all and done some things we actually won't admit to. This year, we're changing things up by adding a new G4 correspondent to the mix.
Yes, bringing you the fan perspective on everything that's going down.
And he is a fan.
We've enlisted one of our viewers. Yes, here's Flitz with a floor report.
Hey guys, it's Flitz here at E3. I bet you're wondering, what's Flitz doing at E3? Well, it just so happens by the graces of G4, I am the only normie on the floor. That rhymed. Yes, I'm not an MC, but I am excited to be here. I got Fable 2 to my right, Capcom's playing Dark Void off in the distance, we got Konami, we got Square Enix. But my goal is, and I'm gonna need your energy for this, I need to find Street Fighter 4. I wanna play as a 2D, 3D cel-shaded Ryu. I'm excited, so what I need your energy because I'm gonna be here all day. I'm gonna do my best to visit every last single booth in this building. So, you pass me your energy, you pass it to me, and then I'll create a spirit bomb, but I'm not gonna blow up an evil villain or a planet. I'm gonna use that energy and I'm gonna explore the floor. This is me, exploring. So sit back and enjoy. Well, stand up and enjoy, I don't care. I just wanna have fun and I wanna convey my fun. Dude, yeah. Fun times.
And he was asking for more energy?
I was like, does he need our, you know what? Let me have my own energy. energy, Flitz.
Yeah.
Way too much.
He's got it
But
covered.
I like it. Just a little bit more time with us, and we will break him down.
Oh yeah. He will be crying and lamenting and hating the biz.
But I
as
love
well.
how excited he is because that's what it's like. You know, it's invitation only, but we're able to sneak in a fan.
Yeah. So thank you, Flitz, for doing that. Thanks for your energy. We appreciate it.
Yes.
We're gonna coast on it from here on out.
We're gonna need yours.
Yes, Flitz will be back with more floor reports later on. So thanks for that.
So you guys, it's time for a quick break, so don't go anywhere. When E308 Live returns, we're going hands-on with the PlayStation 3's other long-awaited shooter, Killzone 2.
And later we get a closer look at the flashy reboot of Prince of Persia. It's got a new Prince, a revamped art style, and the Assassin's Creed engine, so we're in. It's all coming up next. Don't miss it, everybody.
E308 Live is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero, real Coke taste and 0 calories. And by ITT Technical Institute, providing you a place to prepare for your digital future.
Why are you guys drinking Coke Zero?
We're not. We're drinking Coke, buddy.
But it says Coke Zero on the bottle.
Well, they must have messed up then and put Coke in the wrong bottle.
I don't see what you...
Okay, Eyeball. Why don't you try it for us? Oh, I forgot you can't. You don't have a mouth.
No mouth.
Well, while we're busy drinking Coke, why don't you go stand in front of a hairdryer or something?
Yeah, hairdryer. What?
Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
A J.G. Wentworth success story. Felicia and the Annuity.
A few years ago, I inherited an annuity from my grandfather. I started receiving monthly payments from his insurance company. Then everything seemed to happen at once.
Felicia's employer moved to another state, and she was left unemployed.
Your money starts to go pretty fast when there's no cash coming in.
J.G. Wentworth knows that a big change in life circumstances can change how you look at your annuity.
I heard about J.G. Wentworth through TV ads.
If you have an annuity that is no longer serving your needs and you need cash now, call J.G. Wentworth. You'll get a free appraisal and have all your questions answered. Don't wait. The sooner you call, the faster you'll have your money. Call now.
J.G. Wentworth helped me, and they made it really easy.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call 866-433-9717. 866-433-9717.
The premium Dell XPS M1530 with Windows Live Photo Gallery. Load, edit, and share your photos. And for a limited time, get a flip video camcorder, all for just $9.99 or finance for less than $2 a day. Go to Dell.com or call now. Dell, yours is here.
What if I told you there's a quick and easy way to get today's most popular stuff for free? All you need is internet access. Answer a few questions, then tell us where to send your free gift. It's fast, it's easy, and it's real. Thousands of people have already claimed their free gift.
I thought it was too good to be true. Then I got my free Xbox.
I got a free Xbox for my son.
An offer like this doesn't come around every day. Check out the website now and get your free gift.
G4 is like being visited by a badass video game goddess who is way into tight circuit-laced apparel and digging up funny, obscure videos. Plus, she's all over the latest blogs, games, and high-tech gadgetry. This energy-clad goddess/sensei of digital goodness is plugged into what's going on. And therefore, my man, so are you. G4 is like that, basically.
Welcome back to E308 Live Day 1. Everyone is really excited about this. It feels so good to be up here.
Yeah.
Now, we just showed you Resistance 2 and Gears of War 2, and that is the beginning. Later on, we've got Star Wars Force Unleashed, The Lord of the Rings Conquest, and there's so much more I can't even name them.
There's a ton. E308 is shaping up to be the biggest show ever. And we're bringing you every game we can get our hands on. That's the whole reason G4 is here, to make sure you don't miss a thing. But right now, let's go over to Kevin for some Hellgas stomping action.
All right, thank you guys. Look, our next game made a controversial E3 debut in 2005. Skeptics were saying it would never look as good as the debut trailer, but Killzone 2 is ready to prove absolutely everybody wrong.
Guerrilla Games takes the conflict to the alien world with the highly anticipated sequel, Killzone 2. This PS3 exclusive features stunning visuals, multiplayer mayhem, and action sequences that feel like they came right out of a Hollywood blockbuster. The wait is nearly over. Liberation is coming soon.
And here to help us find our way through the chaos, Sony's Kyle Schubel. How are you, Kyle?
I'm doing great, Kevin. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I kind of have my shoe firmly wedged in my mouth. Listen, 2 years ago, you guys showed footage of this at E3, and people were saying, look, that is not in-game, this is pre-rendered, whatever. And it turned out that it was target gameplay.
Yeah.
A year later, you guys demo this thing again, and it looks pretty damn close to the target gameplay.
Absolutely.
Where are we now? Here we are, another year later. We're seeing the game being played right now. Take me through what's been done. What level are we at here?
Okay, well, what you're seeing here is basically alpha closing on beta level, a level here that
So we're
just
still
really
calling
has
this
the look and
alpha
feel.
stage footage,
I would
even
call
though
it
it
alpha
looks-
stage more than anything. We've got all the bells and whistles are in now. Now we're in that polished stage. See that lighting in the background there? We've got things going on. The entire environment feels like you're there. It feels real. We're looking through that window now, the virtual window, where you can see this warehouse, and it feels like it's dirty and gritty. All of that's what's coming together.
Yeah, it looks like the environment itself has just an incredible sense of weight.
Exactly.
All right, so get us caught up on the story. I mean, it might have been a while since anybody's touched Killzone. So what are they in for?
Okay, well, Killzone 1, you had the Helghast were invading Vector. They were basically attacking the ISA, and we knocked them back, and we basically broke the back of the invasion. Killzone Liberation, the PSP game that came out a few years ago, that one picked up with mopping up the last Helghast forces on Vector. Well, this time we're taking the fight to them. This entire battle takes place on Helghast.
We're done playing defense. It's time to get
we're
them on
going
their
after
terms.
you guys. So this is us going out and we're attacking Helghast, and you're dealing with a hostile environment. You're going to have these dirty, gritty. This is an oppressed culture. They've got just everything is this dirty warehouse, and there he goes with the pistol.
And they have Magnum rounds in their chests as well.
But you're going to be basically taking the fight to them on Helghast, and we're going to take you through the environmental. You're going to be going from all these different areas where you're going to have different weather effects and environmental effects and dirty, gritty environments that just feel real.
Yeah, this looks incredible. What are you doing to actually make these environments seem so realistic?
Well, it's a lot of what Guerrilla has an art style that's unique to themselves. I mean, there's a lot of games out there, first-person shooters. Well, they're gray. Well, guess what? The world is gray when you start looking at it. They do things with their deferred renderer and with the lighting to give this environment. I mean, there's an atmosphere here that just actually reaches out and grabs you, pulls you into the fight.
And I'm seeing a little. It looks like an AI teammate of some sorts hanging out there.
Yes.
Can you talk about the AI of this game and what you've done to make sure that we're not knocking into guys and ushering them through doorways? Because he seems to be playing along pretty intelligently here.
He's playing along very well. And
look at that animation climbing over the.
Sorry. And no, please dive in when you see something fun like that. You see the ragdoll physics as he fell down. Then everybody behaves correctly. But the AI right now, we're actually having some challenging things where we're having to dumb down the buddy AI because it was taking away from the fun of the game because they were killing everybody.
Right. You boot open a door, go into a room, and your buddies have already mocked everybody.
Oh, great. Well, I guess I'll just sort of sit here and sip my latte. But really, when it comes down to it, the Helghast function as squads. You've got groups of guys. There are moments where they'll feel like they've kind of got you in a good position. All of a sudden, two guys will pop up, lay suppressing fire. You duck and cover in first person, which has never been done before. I'm hiding behind my position. Another guy flanks around to toss a grenade into my cover position, while the last one's just waiting for me to stand up and run from the grenade. It's like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got your moments where it's just insane, but yeah, your buddy, as you can see, he's even leading the way, and we're using him as a tool to help guide you through the level.
Right, no more blinking crazy taxi arrow or something hanging out on the top of the screen. You've got a teammate going along with you. I mean, we've seen a pistol, we've seen this assault rifle.
Yes.
What can we use to make the Helghast blow up real nice like?
Well, right here, Mike's actually picking up a battle rifle, which is a smaller clip, much heavier round, has a lot more punch, but it's iron sights. So if he pops up here and he zooms in, you're dealing with an old-fashioned iron sight.
There we go, yeah.
2 shots, the guy goes down. Nice heavy weapons. But we've got light machine guns, shotguns. A lot of the weapons, the favorite weapons from Killzone 1 and Liberation are coming back. And we're even trying to keep a couple of surprises in our back pocket.
Now, am I seeing a little 6-axis here?
6-axis control support. He's actually using it to grab onto the valve and open up the the floodgates here to allow the convoy through. Right now, you're working as a team helping this convoy that's down below you. That you see them right there opening fire at the ISA that are up on the bridge above them there.
Now, I mean, okay, 6 access, okay, it's a PlayStation 3 game. What about trophies? What about vibration? Are you ticking off all the boxes?
We were going through that checklist and trying to make sure that, one, yes, we did them all, but two, that they don't feel bolted on. We want to have everything feel right. It's a shooter. Rumble was easy. That one we could fit in. There we go. Six access works. Got some nice stuff. And then you've also got
the trophy
support. And we are going to wholeheartedly support trophies, but we aren't telling you too many details yet. We want to save that till we get a little closer to the
that's fine. That's allowed.
beta.
You got to save something. What about multiplayer though? Because you said first-person shooter. We're ticking off those checkboxes.
Hell yes.
This has got to have some good online support, right?
It does have online support. We're doing a great deal with the community. We're going to have 32-player online, squad-based, multiple classes. We're doing a community integration where we can carry you from our Killzone.com website, follow your stats and tracking and clans, issuing clan challenges, going straight from the website to the PS3. Just really trying to
and you said all this, and I have to pry more because that's apparently not it. There's even more to announce?
There is even more to announce, but we're holding off on that. We're announcing bits as we go through E3. Every day we're giving a little bit more. So you guys caught me too early. Sorry.
Okay, well that's fine. We got plenty there. I appreciate that.
Out.
Is there a planned release for Killzone 2? Is it still a window
February.
time? February. Next
February
year?
09.
Are we gonna hit it?
Yes.
I love this stuff.
We're running for it right now.
Favorite weapon?
Personally, I actually still really love the M82, the basic assault rifle that you see right behind me. It just feels right. It feels like a real gun firing real bullets.
Yeah,
that's one thing Killzone's always done right. No ray guns here.
Yeah, from the depth of field to the cover system, the physics, the AI, everything looks to be on point. So
good stuff.
Congrats on that, Kyle. Thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
a lot,
on and showing it off. That's Killzone 2, everybody. Look for it in February. And keep refreshing those blogs because apparently there's a lot more info out there in the days to come. Right now, we're going to go back to Adam and Morgan to hear from our digital peanut gallery.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
That was great.
So it does. It really does look that good.
It looks amazing, guys.
Yes. Good job. Anyway, for what our viewers think about Killzone 2 and everything else we've seen today, well, for the early part of today, we're not going to wait for emails or facsimile machines.
Instead, we'll find out right now in the virtual audience powered by Stickcam.
All right, first up tonight, we're talking to Evan. What's your question, Evan?
Hey, I want to know, which of the 3 big-name companies do you think had the best press conference?
Well, what do you think it was, Evan? What's your opinion?
I think it was Microsoft because their new party system allows people to just watch movies together and do whatever the gamers do together.
Are you going to do that, do you think? I was a little skeptical about that part. I didn't know if I was going to watch a movie with somebody in another living room.
I think it's a situation where they have it in there because it's just not that hard to put it in there.
And you might as well put it in there.
So why not? I've talked to some people who think that they want to have a movie night with their family if they don't live, in the same town or anything like that. I don't know.
I know I have the skeptical look on my face.
Yeah, with my family, that means I'd have to watch a bunch of Godard movies every Saturday, and that would drive me crazy.
I think Microsoft did have an excellent press conference. I think Sony won on the just the set.
Yes, it was gorgeous in there, but I do think the other two we kept on thinking, what's going to happen? What are you going to announce? And it just didn't seem to be there.
But you know what I think it's sort of hard because this isn't a big hardware cycle, so
exactly.
You're really announcing just sort of more
I just wanted to hear about the Zelda game. All right.
I know. Up next is Jeremy from Illinois. What's your question, Jeremy?
Yes, do you think Killzone 2 will save the PS3?
I think Blu-ray may save the PS3.
I think. Well, look. I think saying save the PS3. The PS3 is doing better than it had been. I think about a year ago.
No. The PS3 is doing better. It has a Blu-ray player. We personally know a lot of people in our crew who have been picking up PlayStations because of the Blu-ray player, and then they're thinking, well, what game should I buy? And I think Killzone's a big, strong candidate. I think Killzone has the potential to do
I think the other is Little Big Planet. I think that's actually...
Right.
I think that's really going to broaden the appeal of the console. Okay, next, we got Aaron from California. What is on your mind, Aaron?
How you guys doing? Of the showcases that happened these past 2 days, which company do you feel has the most control of the gaming industry?
What do you mean by most control?
Meaning, with Microsoft coming out with their new setups that they're doing with the parties, and with PlayStation coming out with some of the new games, and with the Wii coming out with the Power Plus for their control. Which one do you think will dominate more? Which one do you think will have more?
I don't want to be rude and cut you off there, but I think of the three. Nintendo's definitely got that market share. They don't seem to have people like just going crazy for those, to have those games.
Well, but I mean, the press conference really wasn't for the hardcore gamer. The press conference was for basically everybody else. And I guess if you're a company and you can have the hardcore gamer or everybody else, who are you going to pick? I mean, let's just be realistic. I don't think it's a bad choice. I think it's good to get a lot of other people into gaming. But all right, finally we have Josh, also from California. Bring it home, Josh. Are you hearing Josh?
I don't think I heard Josh. I think there may have been something. Anyway,
all right,
sorry
we don't have Josh. Sorry, Josh. We'll try to get you a little bit later in the show. Virtual audience, thank you so much for coming by. We will check in with you throughout the week for your take on E3. So you should dress for the occasion. Put on a button down. Let's send it back over to Olivia.
Or a bright yellow dress. Hey guys, we'll be right back with more E3 OA Live, including a look at the new and improved Prince of Persia and the latest offerings from Electronic Arts. And remember to keep your iPod fed with the latest E3 08 videos. Download G4 Special E3 Podcast at g4tv.com/podcast. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And here we go. Get inside the most anticipated film this year, The Dark Knight, a G4 special preview, tomorrow at 8 after E3.
Q horsepower is here, and no leading synthetic oil delivers more power than Q horsepower. Unleash all your horses.
What are you eating?
Tibbs, bite-sized ice cream snacks.
Can I try some? Those are good. Kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen to all the giant soft pretzels in the world.
There you go, baby.
Okay.
Keep your eye on this now. I'm on fire!
Do dibs instead. Now in the handy new snack bag.
He had a gift for numbers. Genius. But his life changed when he learned to count.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner!
Think I got something over here. He's crushing your table. Think you could beat the system?
21 on DVD and Blu-ray High Def, July 22nd.
I just felt so violated. In less than a month, they took everything I worked for.
I have spent years trying to clean up this mess.
You think it can't happen to you, but it does.
Identity theft. It begins when your personal information is stolen. It can happen anywhere to anyone. It can turn your life upside down, destroy your credit, and ruin your good name. Unfortunately, most people don't know how to prevent it. Hi, I'm Logan Crawford, here to tell you about a simple and smart way to protect yourself from identity theft. It's called NameSmart, and it's a smart way to protect your good name. NameSmart actively monitors your credit reports, your credit cards, your personal information, your social security number, and more. Plus, helps resolve any claims made against you. And they do it all for as little as $5 per month. Plus, NameSmart guarantees you up to $2 million should your identity ever be stolen.
It's good to know someone is watching out for me.
With NameSmart, now I feel protected.
You know, I have insurance for everything else. It just made sense to protect my identity.
NameSmart actively monitors your credit reports, your credit cards, your personal information, your social security number, plus helps resolve any claims made against you. Don't become a victim of identity theft. Call the number on your screen now, and you can have the complete identity protection package from NameSmart risk-free for 30 days, which includes their guarantee of up to $2 million should your identity ever be stolen. NameSmart. It's the smart way to protect your good name. So call and protect yourself now.
Have your credit card ready and call now, or go online to namesmart.com. Protect your good name for as little as $5 per month. Call 1-800-856-0847. That's 1-800-856-0847. Once again, that's 1-800-856-0847. Call now.
Hey everybody, welcome back to G4's exclusive live coverage of E3 08 Live. We've got all the games you could ever want to see, even the ones you didn't even know you wanted to see.
Yes, we're going to force your eyeballs open and make you watch. But right now, it's time to check our video viewer mail and answer some questions from you guys at home.
Those battles that we have seen on Lord of the Rings Conquest come from the movies. What additional content will we expect from the books?
Okay, well, we've been told that Pandemic is working on including battles that never made it into the movie, so I guess we'll see more in a second.
Yeah, we've got a hands-on demo and an interview coming up very shortly. But you know, they're working with Weta, who did the effects for the film as well, so you know it's going to look and feel authentic. And they're working on a level based around Valen's conquest of Moria. So
we'll actually check it out. So guys, stay tuned for that. If you've got a question about anything happening here at E3, you can get it answered and accurately. All you have to do is send us a video viewer mail.
It's easy. Head on over to G4TV.com/E3 for all the particulars. But right now, let's go over to Morgan for more on Conquest.
As if 3 movies and a couple games weren't enough, the Tolkien universe is getting some more love this year with Lord of the Rings Conquest. You'll relive all of your favorite battles and experience ones that you've never seen.
The Lord of the Rings Conquest is a brand new take on the series, courtesy of Pandemic. Following the same style as the studio's popular Star Wars Battlefront series, you must lead an army into battle and win at all costs. Created with assistance from Peter Jackson's Weta Studios, the game is set to be the most epic Middle-earth adventure yet. Players will be able to fight for both good and evil in 2 separate campaigns and wage war against one another online.
Real fast. See what we have available to us.
We're going to have a ton of battles available in this game. We've got Helm's Deep, we've got Minas Tirith, we've got the Black Gate, and you even get to go a bunch of places you've never been before, like the Shire, Rivendell, the Mines of Moria. So it's going to be a blast.
So, but is everything that's going to happen in the game, did that come from the book, or is that something that you guys took some liberties with?
We've got everything from the films and a bunch from the book as well. Like we've got a battle of in Minas Morgul, which is this evil fortress that you just see in the movies, but you don't really get to explore, that you get to fully explore in the game.
So is this an alternate universe setting?
You know, we've got the good campaign, which kind of follows the events of the film, but then the evil campaign takes place right at the end, and it has an alternate ending where Frodo failed in destroying the ring. And instead of destroying it, you get to play as the bad guys, as a ring wraith. You get to kill Frodo, deliver the ring to Sauron, and set off this evil campaign where you go through as the bad guys and crush the forces of good throughout Middle-earth.
I love a good evil campaign.
It's pretty fun.
Let's take a look at what we're seeing right here. Can you tell us what we're looking at?
So this is from the good campaign. This is the Battle of Minas Tirith. And here you'll see what we're doing is we're trying to defend the front gate. You've got 4 playable classes in the game, the Scout, the Warrior, the Archer, and the Mage, and each one plays totally different. And right now, you've got to defend the area at the front gate from these invading orc forces. The Scout right here is using a bunch of different attacks to try to defend it. He can also cloak, and he can also do a bunch of different combos in both melee attacks as well as throwing bombs and doing a bunch of really kind of stealth mechanics.
So he's sort of the rogue character.
Exactly. He's your rogue thief fan character.
So let's talk about some of the other characters that are available.
Sure. We've got another character too. We've got the Mage, who's our magic user. We've got the Warrior, who's our melee specialist, and we've got the Archer, who's our range specialist.
So how do you choose between these characters when you start a game?
It really depends on what your personal preference is. If you're more of a shooter fan, you might want to stick with the Archer or the Mage. They're more of your blaster characters. They play like a third-person shooter, much more like Star Wars Battlefront. If you're more of a melee fan, you might want to play the Warrior or the Scout because they're more, you know, kind of violent in your face.
So we should talk about Star Wars Battlefront a little bit. How does this game relate to that game?
Oh, well, you know, we after working on Battlefront 1 and 2, we really wanted to take this game into a whole new area. So we took the open battlefield type game and we took it into the fantasy setting. And with Lord of the Rings, you've got this rich universe, a whole cast of new heroes, and melee combat. So it really kind of is a next extension of the gameplay.
So we heard that you were able to get some of actually the special effects from the movie houses into your movie. I mean, how did you integrate that material?
That was really cool, actually. With the next-gen technology, we're able to get the actual Ints, the Trolls, and even the Balrog from the film into the game as a playable character.
So you can actually play as a Balrog?
Yes, you can play as a Balrog.
We should talk about the evil campaign and how its gameplay differs from the good campaign.
Well, in the evil campaign, you get to play as all these really powerful evil forces. You get to play as Sauron, the evil lord. You get to play as the Balrog. You get to march through the Shire, setting Ents on fire. You get to play as a troll, pick up enemy guys, bite their heads off, and throw them across the battlefield. So you get to do a lot of really bad things that you wouldn't be able to do as the good guys.
So why am I going to play the good guy campaign?
Yeah, if you're a fan of the films, you know, and you want to relive the battles any way you want, you can do that, but
Yeah.
it's really all about the bad guys.
So let's talk about this environment right here. How much of this castle do you have to move around in?
You know, our environments are huge, actually. This is Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith is basically like a wedding cake. It's got 7 layers. We've got the entire first 3 layers of Minas Tirith modeled in this game, and you get to play through, starting at the front gate all the way up to the top where you're looking out over the battlefield. It's pretty impressive.
And then you're going to hit all of those points during this battle right here.
Yeah, what you do is you basically, what we did is set up scenarios like playgrounds, like we did in Battlefront, where we allow moments from the films to happen, but it's up to the player to kind of make those things happen. So he still has the freedom to play any way he wants.
Do you have arrow management? Arrow management was a huge part of the book. I think people who've only seen the movies don't realize how much time Legolas spent managing his arrows. Is there arrow management in this, or do you have unlimited ammo for that?
You know, we've got different kinds of special arrows that you need to manage. We've got a fire arrow, a poison arrow, and a triple shot arrow, and you need to manage those and make sure you're using them at the right time.
Okay, cool. Oh, it looks so awesome. I'm so excited about this. We should talk a little bit about multiplayer, because I know that people want to go slaughter their friends online.
Absolutely.
It's the first thing people usually ask about. So what kind of tactics are going to be available to us?
Well, in multiplayer, we've got all the standard fare of Conquest and Capture the Flag and King of the Hill. But we've also got a bunch of new modes that'll let you play kind of Lord of the Rings true gameplay style. We've got a new mode called Ring Bearer, where one player is Frodo and the rest of the players all ring race. And the longer you stay alive as Frodo, the more points you get. And the first ring race to find and kill Frodo gets to be Frodo. So it's this kind of game of tag where everyone's working together to try to find Frodo and then fighting over each other to see who's the one that gets to kill Frodo.
Lord of the Rings tag, I love it. Are we going to see any co-op play?
Yeah, the entire campaign's playable in co-op, both split screen and online.
What lessons did you take from Star Wars Battlefront in bringing this game to life?
I think we started from making sure we wanted to have a game that was fun in both single player and multiplayer, and kind of the same game, so if you knew single player, you knew how to play multiplayer and vice versa. But what we brought is a whole melee component and this whole Lord of the Rings dynamic to the Battlefront experience. This, in a way, is kind of the spiritual successor to Battlefront.
I mean, do you feel honored? I mean, you've worked on games from 2 of the biggest, you know, entertainment and geek franchises in history.
Yeah, it's pretty much a dream come true.
And who do you think would win in a fight, Star Wars nerd or Lord of the Rings nerd?
I'd say probably Lord of the Rings nerd, because he's more likely to bring chainmail and a sword to the fight, and the Star Wars nerd's probably got a plastic lightsaber.
That's true, I probably would bring mail. So we would love to have you back sometime. Do you have anything new you could bring us on X-Play?
Yes, actually, I think we're premiering our new trailer on G4 coming soon. So it's
well, we're
really
very
cool.
excited to see it. I know that everyone's very excited for this game. Thank you so much for coming by with Conquest.
Thanks
we
for
really
having me.
Appreciate having
Appreciate
you
it.
on. I know. Let's send it back over to Adam and Kevin.
Nobody's going to play the good campaign. I mean, come on.
I suddenly just realized Morgan just snagged content for X-Play right there during the course of the demo.
She's good.
So that's really
she's real good.
All right, earlier in the show, we asked you, what's the best new addition to Gears 2?
Yes, is it chainsaw dueling, the meat shield, or new execution?
Well, our counting monkeys, they really are monkeys, have tabulated your votes. And they say that 42% of you love chainsaw dueling with meat shields running a very close second.
It's funny, every making up documentary you see about Gears of War, every interview that you see with Clippy, that he had to fight and convince people that the chainsaw bayonet was a worthy addition to the game, that this would be an awesome gameplay mechanic. And here, not only did it turn out to be just a pivotal moment in gaming for so many people, you know, it's a memory that they love, but now it's the most hotly anticipated feature for the new game.
And in multiplayer, is so much better because now it's not kind of a coin toss. You have to keep tapping that button to see if you can withstand and you can win that.
And if both of you are tapping fast enough, you kind of break away.
And you're not in God mode. So other people in multiplayer can be shooting at you. So you have to really decide whether or not you want to get into that.
And are you going to be the one guy in the middle of the map who's just chainsawing back and forth with someone else until someone wins?
No, I'm the guy shooting the guy's chainsaw.
There you go.
I know
okay.
that I
didn't know which style of gamer you were.
I can hit that guy if he's standing there.
I am excited. I mean, the fact that the meat shield and the curve stomp were both up there as well, says to me that there's enough awesome features in this game to make it as over the top and action packed as people are hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be absolutely awesome.
Yeah. I think so far, Fallout 3 sniper headshot and a Gears of War 2 head stomp have got the most applause from anybody out here.
And that's in 3 hours.
There's plenty more coming up as well. We also need your votes for another upcoming gaming event when G4's Stay Out of the Sun Summer continues with X-Play Presents. Hey, that's your show. G4ia 2008. It's G4's fan favorite awards show. After that, Adam and Morgan circle the globe on a whirlwind gaming tour.
First, we'll head to Europe's largest gaming expo, the Leipzig Games Convention. Then we're coming back stateside to the biggest indie game festival on earth, the Penny Arcade Expo.
Love the packs. Do not miss any of X-Play's summer specials, starting with the 1-hour award extravaganza that is G4 2008 on August 7th. Just check out all the info and the details by logging on to G4TV.com/Xplay.
Now, coming up after the break, we'll be taking a stroll on the Angry Red Planet for a look at Red Faction Guerrilla. And yes, everything's destructible.
Thank you. There's more after that, including a look at Ubisoft's reboot of Prince of Persia. You will not believe the game's bold new look.
And remember, you can watch the best of our E308 coverage whenever you want, starting this Thursday, July 17th. Look for G4 On Demand on your channel lineup. Check G4TV.com/VOD for more info.
We'll be back.
E308 Live is brought to you by X-Play. With G4, Leipzig, GC, and PAX, X-Play in August is going to be huge. Starts August 7th, only on G4.
This August, X-Play's got game as Adam and Morgan travel the globe, bringing you the biggest gaming conventions in the world.
You want to see them, and we've got them.
Starting with G4's fan-favorite award show, G4, then on to Germany's Leipzig, Europe's battleground for console domination, and PAX, Washington's huge indie gamer culture party.
We just got done playing Metal Gear Solid 4. I gotta say, this is now one of the must-have games.
This August, X-Play's got game all month long, starting August 7th. Part of G4's Stay Out of the Sun Summer.
I think what it is that you don't know it until you have it. Because I heard that in the past. You always hear these people being like, oh, well, she's not right for you. You'll know. And I'm like, okay, yeah,
well,
you'll know. Well, this is what they were talking about.
When I first heard him on the phone, I thought he was really sexy.
I love this girl to death, and Anne-Marie changed my life because I was going in 100 different directions.
It is easy to be with Lee. It's easy to love him.
She is extremely happy, lighthearted, doesn't let things get to her, and I learned from that, and I'm jealous of that, but she's bringing that into my life.
I'm much more laid back and kind of go with the flow.
Me, not so much.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie allows me to be who I am. I mean, as long as I have her, that's it.
See how it feels to be matched based on compatibility. Log on and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
Hey, if you're creative, there's a really cool website you need to check out. ContactCollins.com. Come take a journey and explore career training in film and video production, game design, or graphic design. Graduates from Collins College have been hired at Sony Online Entertainment, Intel, and Comedy Central. Find out more at ContactCollins.com. That's ContactCollins.com or call 888-823-0999. Call or click now.
Here at this modern-day watering hole, this urban Serengeti, it's man meets reptile.
So, Lucy, what are you doing?
Just a little online shopping.
You should check out Geico.com, get a free rate quote. If you like what you see, you can buy it online, over the phone, or at your local Geico office.
Cool.
Remarkable. Oh no. Help! Did you hear something?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut your income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury, an illness, or your boss just cutting back your hours. It doesn't really matter how you got in over your head. It only matters that you are and that we're here to help. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free, then call J. Warren Financial and do it now. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. You just don't think it's fair, and neither do we. This is not bankruptcy or just a simple rate reduction plan. We fight for you using our proven experience and the insider programs the credit card companies try to hide.
If you owe at least $10,000 to credit card companies, you owe it to yourself to call J. Warren Financial at 800-768-6603. Just because you got in over your head doesn't mean you have to stay there forever. Call 800-768-6603 today, and we could be on your side tomorrow.
welcome back to G4's coverage of E308 Live, Day 1, presented by Wendy's. Now the hits keep coming and we'll keep bringing them to you. We are here to satisfy all of your FPS, RTS, and of course those RPG needs.
ETC. The big three, Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, are here in force, and we are surrounded by developers and upcoming games, and you really will see everything that we can get our hands on before this week is over. That's our promise.
Coming up this hour, we find life on Mars, and then we'll blow it to hell in Red Faction Guerrilla, the game that will let you destroy anything in your path.
Yeah, we'll also check out Ubisoft's new take on Prince of Persia. The game has a new prince, a new story, and an amazing art style.
Plus, we'll take to the air and show you Dark Void, the wild action shooter from Capcom, and the people who brought you Crimson Skies. Right now, let's check in with Zach Selwyn on the floor as he's about to join the forces of Unite and in the agency. I hope they have good benefits.
They do, yeah.
Sony Online Entertainment has entered the world of espionage with their latest MMO, The Agency, and I am here with the designer Hal Milton to unlock some of the game's secrets. My man, first and foremost, is this a hybrid game? It looks like one to me.
This is a bit of a hybrid. It's taking basically what everyone knows from their favorite shooters on consoles and tacking onto it the power of a persistent world in which stuff's happening even when you're not logged on.
Interesting. What about the missions? What are we going to see as far as that goes?
You're going to see a wide variety of action-adventure stuff as well as non-combat missions. So you're going to be able to go out and do combat missions, stealth mission support, and then mix them all up with a team to try and do the best thing you possibly can. And then when you log off, you'll be able to have this cadre of operatives you collect who'll be able to keep the fun rolling for you so the next time you log in, there's stuff waiting for you.
You mentioned teams. Is there a single-player mode?
Well, actually, the entire game's designed to be soloable from beginning to end. So if you're one of those guys that kind of likes the online space, doesn't like all those pesky people to be involved, you'll be able to create your agent, have a career, and have a good time without having to worry about all that.
So you can create your characters, you can create agents, you can make them look any way you want?
Oh, absolutely. You get to join one of two sides. You got Unite and Paragon, you got the Super Spies versus the Mercenaries. Pick the character you want, bodies, heads, hair, and customize over time.
Well, I gotta say, man, the women in this look extremely hot. We want to thank you for that. The animation is impressive. It's a hybrid MMO shooter. It's amazing. Got a lot of potential here at E3. Look out for The Agency. Going to make a lot of news this year. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Zach. You know all your secrets are safe with me, but I always have to tell Kevin everything.
Yeah,
so.
I did hear a couple of them. There's cream for it. Don't worry.
Hey guys, after this week is over, G4 Stay Out of the Sun Summer continues. We've got so much more. We go to Comic-Con 08 Live. We're taking you inside San Diego's massive pop culture phenomenon with an unprecedented 6 hours of live coverage, and I gotta tell you, so excited about that.
I'm really psyched. It's going to be amazing. Tons of fans and celebrities. No one else gives you this kind of access to all the comics, the movies, and of course the stars. We got Samuel L. Jackson, Guy Ritchie, Zack Snyder, Olivia Munn. Hello.
Kevin Pereira.
Crickets.
Hold your applause.
Crickets. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
They're paid to be here. So
do not miss G4's colossal live coverage of Comic-Con 08. That's July 24th and 25th. Of course, you can check out G4TV.com/Comic-Con for all the sordid details.
You guys don't go anywhere because we've got plenty to see after the break. Coming up, we'll review EA's lineup and get destructive with Red Faction Guerrilla.
Plus, the all-new revamped Prince of Persia is still to come, along with more floor reports, exclusive
with
demos.
Super Friends.
The Super Friends are uniting, and Flitz will be there with probably way too much energy than you need. We got interviews, demos, you name it. E308 Live continues. Stay with us, guys.
E308 Live is brought to you by Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. And by Comic-Con 08 Live. Comics, movies, and stars. July 24th and 25th, only on G4.
Here we go again. On August 1st.
Sorry, pal. There's a mummy on the loose.
Beyond death. Beyond imagination.
Hey, Mom, they never play fair.
Lies an adventure that will live for all eternity.
Hang on!
The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Rated PG-13.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
They've helped thousands, they'll help you too.
1 one lump sum of cash they will pay to you. If you get long-term payments but you need cash now, call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
This is you after an energy drink. Unfortunately, so is this. Why do energy drinks make you crash? 1 minute you're wired up, the next you feel worse than before. The answer is large amounts of sugar and caffeine. That's why you should try a new liquid energy shot called 5-Hour Energy. With 5-Hour Energy, you can leave grogginess behind and sail through your day without feeling jittery, tense, or you know. That's because 5-Hour Energy contains a powerful blend of B vitamins for energy and amino acids for focus, alertness, and better mood. There's zero sugar, about as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, and only 4 calories. The 2-ounce shot takes just seconds to drink, and in minutes you're feeling bright, awake, and productive. And that feeling lasts for hours. So if your energy drink makes you crash, switch to 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later. Find out if 5-Hour Energy is right for you. It's available at these fine stores. Or for more information, go to 5hourenergy.com.
What if I told you there's a quick and easy way to get today's most popular stuff for free? All you need is internet access. Answer a few questions, then tell us where to send your free gift. It's fast, it's easy, and it's real. Thousands of people have already claimed their free gift.
I thought it was too good to be true. Then I got my free Xbox.
I got a free Xbox for my son.
An offer like this doesn't come around every day. Check out the website now and get your free gift.
In 8 days, Carl Conrad, the coolest geek in the world, will be watching Comic-Con 08 live on G4 with exclusive coverage of Wolverine, Watchmen, Star Trek, Terminator Salvation, and Star Wars, The Clone Wars. Comic-Con 08 Live starts July 24th, only on G4.
G4's exclusive coverage of E3 08 Live. We are learning everything we can about the games we are going to be playing for the rest of the year and probably the rest of our lives.
Probably, yes. All of the top developers, designers, and companies are here showing off all of the hard work they've been doing and really proving that they haven't been spending their days, grinding their level 65 Blood Elf Mage, but it is important to grind.
Now it's time to check in with gaming giant EA. While they've been criticized in the past for churning out sequels, the company is back in a big way with plenty of new and original content.
That's right. Blair Herter was at the Electronic Arts press conference last night for an early look at their 2008 lineup.
What's up, Blair Herter hanging out outside the Orpheum Theater in downtown Los Angeles. We're going to take a look at what EA is bringing to the E3 08 table. I bet it's delicious.
We're going to have the people that make the games show you the games they're making.
EA started their press conference off by giving a new look to one of their classic franchises with Sim Animals.
In Sim Animals, you create groups of animals along with their friends and adversaries and the environment, and you sculpt the habitat any way you want.
And then gave us a sneak peek at the world of Sims 3. EA took things in a different direction by giving us a look at horror survival game Dead Space.
The core gameplay mechanic is strategic dismemberment.
Then we took a look at the reinvention of a first-person title with Mirror's Edge. Super creator Will Wright came out and gave us a look at some never-before-seen footage from Spore. Peter Moore came out to introduce some of the newest innovations in EA Sports, starting with NBA Live 09.
Dynamic DNA is powering gameplay with absolute precision.
Then he took a swing at Tiger Woods 09 to show how all play balances out the competition. BioWare showed up to show off Dragon Age Origins. Valve gave us a look at Left 4 Dead, a game that's sure to revolutionize gaming AI. But possibly the biggest announcement of the night was EA's partnership with John Carmack and id Software. Well, there you have it, folks. EA is bringing it hard this year, E3 2008. Can't wait to get my hands on some of these games.
Thanks, Blair. We will see even more from EA in the coming days with demos of Mirror's Edge and Dead Space.
I can't wait to see Mirror's Edge. I'm really, really psyched for that one. Remember, guys, G4TV.com is your source for full E3 press conference coverage. That means if you missed anything, you can rewatch the full Nintendo and Sony press conferences and everything else. Just go to G4TV.com/E3 for details.
Let's head on over to Adam, who's got another brand new demo to hold you over in the meantime.
All right. Mars is home to robots that discover ice, Quado, and Red Faction Guerrilla. The series is back with a new look, and we've got the world broadcast premiere hands-on demo. All right. Joining us today is the producer of Red Faction Guerrilla, Rick White. Thank you so much for stopping by and showing off this game. Now, it's been a while since we've seen Red Faction, and I know that Destructible Environments was kind of a cornerstone of the first two, but this time everything really is destructible.
Right. I think our goal when we started out was to make sure that you can't go anywhere. You can carve your own path. Nothing's going to stop you, and that destruction is meaningful. And so unlike in Red Faction, you still have to come back to those points of interest and counters. But in RG, you can destroy everything, level it however you want.
Now, exactly, how is that working in the game in terms of the physics, and how do you design a game around the fact that everything in it will somehow change its shape?
It's pretty hard. What we ended up having to do is we had to take the material in mind as far as the strength, how thick it is, and build the structures the way you would expect them to be built, because they'll just collapse on you once you get them in the game. And so we allow it to use the walker and just go in there, and as you can see, the walker, you can destroy everything.
Yeah.
Just everything just goes flying based off of the material and what it's made out of and the momentum that hits it.
Now, in addition to that, you do have physics so that you can just, undermine the integrity of a building, then just cause its collapse.
Right. Yeah, so you can go and hit a couple of the base beams and just slowly see it creak and slowly start collapsing based off how much damage you do to it. So after a while, if you did enough damage, the stress system will kick in and start collapsing the building.
That's really cool. Now, this does take place after the events of the original Red Faction. What's happened in the ensuing time period? What's kind of driving this story?
Well, what happened in Red Faction 1 is the Earth Defense Force came in and saved you. In Red Faction Guerrilla, the Earth Defense Force are now the bad guys. And Mars has been terraformed, and now there's little pockets of frontier-like towns spread throughout Mars, the surface of Mars. And so now the Earth Defense Force are coming in, they're capturing people, they're making work in forced labor camps, they're putting martial law down, and basically making it really difficult for anybody to prosper.
Sounds like Mars is just always going to have some problems in the world of Red Faction. Now, also, as you said, they terraformed the planet, so we're going to see a lot more outdoor environments than some of the inside ones we saw definitely in the first one and the second.
Yeah, it's mostly outdoor. We'll have some little areas that you go back to in homage to the first one, Altor Labs sort of thing, which is slightly underground, but pretty much all on the surface of Mars.
Now, also, the original games were a first-person game, and we are definitely watching being played in third person. What was driving the decision to actually do that?
We started out in first person, then as we developed the destruction system, we realized that you had to see the destruction, and there's numerous times when you would just die, and it's really frustrating. And so we ended up pulling the camera back so you could see what's going on around you. You can see that that tower's collapsing on you, and that's what killed you if you didn't get out of the way, sort of thing.
Now, obviously, multiplayer is also another component of this game. You guys really have been hard at work at really making something that's quite robust for it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We just launched our beta with Microsoft, and so people are playing it already, our friends and family. And it's all about destruction. No longer can you go to the same sniper point and try and take out guys. Your tactics are going to have to change as the environment changes around you.
Now, also, I believe when I saw this recently, there's some jetpacks involved. Is that correct?
Yeah, those are really cool. We got one of the cool ones is we call it Rhino Pack. And basically, you charge forward, and there's a sphere of energies around you, and you basically destroy everything you hit, and you knock back the players, and you can pull out your sledgehammer and just take them out.
Now, one more thing I want to talk about in the game, this is really impressive right there, I just have to say. the AI in the game, you've also been hard at work at that, and how is that going to be affecting the challenges players can experience?
That was the second challenge we ran into after just the destruction system. How does the AI know that the cover is no longer there and to seek cover somewhere else? How does the AI know to jump through a hole or create a hole to get to you, that it's faster to do that versus running around and going down a stair? So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It basically is changing as the environment's changing as well.
So really, almost all of this game is kind of about sort of real-time change that's constantly happening inside of Red Faction.
Yeah, definitely.
This is very exciting. Now, outside of the mechs, are we going to have any more vehicles in the game?
Well, we'll have tanks in the game. We'll have APCs with turrets on them. Some of those will be rocket turrets, machine guns.
And one more thing, obviously we saw Gears earlier, but you guys are also employing a cover system in the game. Obviously that plays a large role in the fact that the environment's being destroyed all around you.
Well, it starts out as a large role, and I think, especially like in multiplayer, I went to cover and I immediately got the cover blown out, and I'm standing in the open and a rocket hits me, and it's just crazy. But
so, do you have a set release date for the game?
Yep, we're coming out the first quarter of 2009.
First quarter of 2009. I'm liking the multiplayer. I'm liking the single player. One more thing I did want to ask you: the grinder. What is the grinder in this? It sounds very promising.
Yeah, well, that's it's an improvised weapon that the miners have put together. It has a big blade that they charge up the blade and then it launches, and it can amputate people or get stuck in people, get stuck in the train. You can use it as a ladder if you want it, up a side of a wall, sort of thing.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would like to use, especially in the combat. Pretty much here, I guess I think we're probably closing down the demo, but where are we right now in the environment, inside the game as a whole?
Yeah, we're at the very first area that you run into, and we're trying to go for more of a, get the player comfortable with what he's seeing, and then we'll start introducing more of the Mars-like feel to it, which is more the red and rust. This is a refinery area where he's trying to infiltrate and try and destroy a couple of the targets, which happens to be the smokestack.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time that we have. First quarter of 2009.
Yeah.
All right. I cannot wait. Thanks so much for stopping by, Rick.
It's awesome.
Congratulations on the game. All right. Now, I believe Zach Selwyn is up in the Coke Zero Lounge with our buddies from the Championship Gaming Series. So let's check in and see what they're up to. Zach?
All right, I've managed to break away from E3 to find a little sanctuary here at G4 Coke Zero Gamers Lounge, where I'm hanging out with some friends from the Championship Gaming Series. Now, these guys are the pioneers of the sport, and they've come here today to rally the fans. I'm going to start with my man, Andy Reef. Of course, you're the CEO of CGS. Can you kind of explain how the sport works?
Sure. Well, CGS is a global professional video gaming league where gamers are paid professional athletes. They compete on teams, and teams compete in a league. And it's global, and we have 18 teams around the world, and it's a team competition. So we have specialists in 4 types of games: a fighter game, a race car game, a sports title, and an FPS game.
Wow, how big do you see this sport going?
I think huge. It really reminds me of where skateboarding or BMX biking became action sports after ESPN created the X Games, and we're doing the exact same thing with pro gaming.
Well, and all these X Games have their stars, as does gaming. Here's one of them right here from the Dallas Venom, my man Master Rodriguez. Let's start off with your name. Where does Master come from?
It comes from something that I wanted to be, respected, something dominating, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I think it fits me very well.
Nice. How do you train for these competitions?
Just spend several hours on the game, try to look for the latest strats. You always want to be the guy with the latest strats, so you can always be ahead of the curve, and that's what I've been doing, and it's working.
We gotta love it, Master. Someone to always be reckoned with, as is this guy, Fatality, Jonathan Wendell. Nice to see you, man. Now, you're on hiatus right now, is that correct?
Yeah, I've been, working really hard with CGS, trying to bring gaming to a mainstream audience and, create other gamers like Master himself and create stars and, basically bring this thing global.
Beautiful. Now, there's a lot of new games down there on the floor here at E3. Anything you're particularly excited about?
I think me and Master are both really excited for Street Fighter 4. That's going to be a kick-ass game.
Definitely. A lot of people excited about that. Also, a lot of people excited about CGS, the Championship Gaming Series. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night on G4 right after our E3 coverage to check it out. Back to you.
Thanks, Zach. Now, we should really get a lounge for ourselves down here.
Well, we have a cheering section, so I don't know how we're
cheering section, some bowling chairs.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Well, there's lots more to come from E3, so don't go anywhere. Later on, we'll be taking a look at Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Plus, the Gods of Rock will reunite on this very stage and play Rock Band 2.
Yeah, I heard, they just asked me if I would sing, which is a treat for everybody at home. We'll hit the floor for the latest news also, and we bring you world premiere demos, interviews, and more as G4's coverage of EA E308 Day 1 continues.
And to get up to the second E308 news, exclusive video screenshots, and more, just go to G4TV.com/E3. It's that easy. They can even do it. We'll be right back.
E308 Live is brought to you by Code Monkeys Season 2, a comedy of 8-bit proportions. Catch an all-new episode Sunday night at 10, only on G4. If you aren't watching Code Monkeys,
holy pope crap in a box,
then you're missing out.
Give me the best boob job $200 can buy.
On the best 8-bit animated series in history.
Quick, help me put them in my mouth.
It's bigger.
I put my action in your ear.
What?
Better.
I am Cock Goblin.
And smarter.
Smell my finger.
Than last season.
I'm home.
Where's my dinner, bitch?
Ow!
Catch an all-new Code Monkeys, Sunday night at 10. Part of G4's Stay Out of the Sun Summer.
There's one. There's another one. And another one. Holy!
Get more than you ever imagined when you trade your games for something new at GameStop, where 150 titles are worth $15 or more. Power to the players.
Your teeth are a living part of your body. And over time, the enamel begins to weaken from the inside. But now you can help rebuild your teeth. New Trident Extra Care, the only gum with Recaldin, a unique form of calcium that penetrates into and strengthens tooth enamel. Trident Extra Care. Choose strong.
All I knew was I wanted to work on electronics, obviously. I wanted to have a really successful career at it. My name is Nathaniel Carpenter. I am an information systems analyst. Well, I got my education from ITT Technical Institute. My wife thinks that my choice to go to ITT Tech has definitely helped me to reach the goals that I have for myself, my wife, and our life together. To be able to pick and choose where we want to go and also the lifestyle that we want to live. What I liked about ITT Tech was the fact that I liked everything about ITT Tech.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. Call 1-800-372-4052 or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid for those who qualify. Call 1-800-372-4052.
Hi, welcome to Progressive.com.
Honey, what's all this?
Insurance?
Progressive motorcycle insurance?
Yeah.
RV insurance?
Uh-huh.
Boat insurance? But we don't have any of those things.
Well, actually, I do. We do. We do. Surprise! Let's bag these up.
Saving you money so you can buy more toys. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Playphone, where you'll find over thousands of MP3 ringtones, games, and wallpapers. Get I'm So Hood by DJ Khaled. Text DK42 to 77888. If you like I Won't Tell by Fat Joe, text JG42 to 77888. For Side of Your Neck by Dem Franchise, text FY42 to 77888. Or to get Hit the Dance Floor by DJ Unk, text KN42 to 77888. Monthly subscription for only $9.99. Standard text messaging carrier rates apply. See terms and conditions at playphone.com.
Live coverage of E308. We're not spending this E3 watching or imagining how games will play because we have the best stuff right here with exclusive demos live on our stage. Well, let's go over to Adam and Olivia, who are set to show us a brand new take on a classic franchise.
Thank you, Morgan. Now, in 1989, Prince of Persia debuted on the Apple II. Yes, we used to play games on those things. And it was a crazy hard side-scrolling platformer.
The Prince is no stranger to makeovers, having 9 entries in the series. We're ready to see what's in store this time around with a very exclusive hands-on demo.
After wowing gamers last year with Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft is bringing back its other acrobatic, action-packed franchise, Prince of Persia. This reboot of the popular series features an all-new protagonist, new gameplay elements, and even more gravity-defying action than ever. There are puzzles to solve, enemies to vanquish, and of course, evil that must be stopped. With a dazzling new cel-shaded art style, this is one game you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on.
Please welcome Ben Mattis, producer at Ubisoft. I just want to start by saying, this game is amazing looking.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. We were going over it earlier in the makeup room, and Adam was just like, no, this is like, it's like nothing we've ever seen.
Well, I mean, obviously the visual style is one of the things that a lot of people comment on. Thank you very much for your compliments. It's one of our big sort of major communication points with this game. We're really, really proud of the way the game looks, so we really like to talk about it.
We wanted to ask you about, this new illustrative art style, and did it affect the storyline at all?
I mean, it all kind of goes together, right? Yes, we wanted a gameplay and a visual style and a story that all mesh together. It's a fantasy world, obviously. Yeah. You've got magical powers, you've got magical looking enemies. We wanted an illustrative, artistic direction that meshed really well with the fact that it's a fantasy game. And of course, we want a story that meshes very well with the fact that it's a fantasy game.
They're so realistic. It's fantastic.
What you see happening right now is the combat. I mean, this is another one of the new areas where we're trying to really kind of revolutionize how combat works in the action-adventure genre. Yeah. Typically in the action-adventure genre, you see a hero fighting against lots of sort of little generic enemies. You're sort of hero slashing through 10,000 clones. We want the sensation of a duel.
This looks like nothing we've ever seen before, what they're going up against.
Now, so as you just sort of said, like obviously there's a lot of enemies in the Sands of Time series of games. So this really is its own type of game, and people should sort of not discount, but don't connect them with the previous
Right, I mean, this is a new start for the franchise. The old Sands of Time trilogy, we sort of closed that chapter for now. It's a new Prince, a new story, a new universe for an all-new Prince of Persia experience.
Well, now you talk about the new stuff. There's a new female character. Am I right about that?
Yes, exactly. You can see her in action on the screen.
So can you tell us who she is, and does she have any unique abilities?
Sure. I mean, her name is Elika, and obviously there's a huge backstory behind her, and I won't get into it right now because of time elements, but our goal with Elika is to create a support character who really helps us push forward the story, push forward the character development, that stuff that's really, important for the Prince of Persia universe, but all the while doing it, making sure she's tightly integrated into gameplay. So she's not just a purely narrative device. You saw, Tamal was fighting with her. At the press of a button, she flips off the prince's back, jumps in, boom, does a cool attack.
So has she earned a spot in the sequels to become a fixture in the Prince of Persia?
Well, if there are sequels, I think it's safe to say that we might see Elika return.
Now, Ben, the combat, it definitely it immediately looks a lot different. What's going on there? Is it really going to be a lot of just one-on-one battles, and how are you going to be using the controls in that?
Yeah, I mean, our ambition with the combat is to try and make it accessible so that a casual player can pick it up and start mashing the different buttons and pulling off some really cool attacks, but also very deep. I mean, we've got like attack sequences in this game that are 14 hits long, and it really takes a mastery to know, okay, if I have to press this button at this time and this button at this time, when the enemy is doing this, then I can press this button. So the hardcore players who really dig deep and really explore the kind of the deep elements of the combat are going to uncover all sorts of really fantastic sort of sequences and dramatic moments in the combat that your casual button masher is not going to get. But of course, both of them are going to be able to finish the combat and feel get a great sense of reward and accompliment from defeating these enemies.
Now we're seeing a lot of the climbing here right now.
Yeah.
Are we going to have the same geographical puzzles that we saw in the previous 3 games, or is this just to kind of get through the level?
Yeah, I mean, part of the brand DNA of Prince of Persia is certainly the fact that you've got these large acrobatic sequences, the puzzles, if you will, where you have to figure out how to get to point A and how to get to point B, as well, pull the lever, make the door open, jump on the platform, that kind of stuff.
Speaking of like trying to get from point A to point B, isn't there some cool new gauntlet? There's like some quad glove. Is that what's helping you?
Yeah, you're going to see a move in just a second.
And how does that affect gameplay?
Well, we have a move called a grip fall. So Tamal's going to do it in just a second. The prince sort of slashes his gauntleted hand into any vertical surface in the game and can slide down. So you see he's sliding down and moving laterally in order to avoid the creatures that have popped up on the wall.
That's fantastic.
Now imagine you can do that anywhere in the world with a vertical surface. You're doing a wall run, but you fail, you miss your objective. you use the glove to grip fall, and you can get a second chance by finding safe ground
So
somewhere.
they're in this world fighting the world. How did it become corrupted, and how are they going to fix it?
The backstory is we have this, there's the ancient evil god Ahriman who has infected the world with his corrupting energies, and all of the dark matter that you see, the enemy that you're fighting is sort of made up of this corruption spread around the ground. Those traps, those creatures you saw on the wall were also elements that we call corruption. This is like the blood, if you will, of Ahriman that has spread through the world and driven all of the life and the light and the beauty out. So the prince and Elika are faced with this reality, which is that Ahriman is going to kill everything, and they have to literally save the world.
Ben, this game is absolutely incredible. It's beyond what I expected. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Congratulations.
Thanks for the
And we're thinking about the holiday season, aren't we?
Maybe let's make it into a trilogy if it does so well. That would be very exciting. You guys, let's send it back over to Kevin, who wants to know what you at home are thinking.
If you're like me, you're thinking that looked awesome. All right, as you just saw, this isn't just the Prince of Persia that you played for the past 19 years. So tell us what you think with our next X poll. Do you like Prince of Persia's new art style? Is your answer A, yes, B, no, or C, I wish it was 2D? Cast your vote at g4tv.com/E3 or text your vote to G4TXT, that's 44898 on your cell phone. We'll have the results a little later on in the show. Right now, let's go back to the floor and check in with Zach Selwyn. As crazy as it sounds, he's actually got a new game for the PlayStation 2. You heard me right. Here's Yakuza 2.
Hanging out here at the Sega booth in front of Yakuza 2, one of the coolest games here at E3, and I'm talking to Mabel Chung. She's the marketing coordinator for Sega. Let's start at the beginning. This is obviously a sequel to Yakuza 1. What kind of differences are we going to see in this game?
We like to call this twice as big, twice as brutal, and twice as badass. So in the first one you had Tokyo and you're wandering around at your own personal playground. This one you have a Tokyo and Osaka. So there's things that you like to do, like go to the ramen shop, go to the hostess bar, get a drink. You can do it in this game.
Now you say just go to any bar, any ramen shop, but are these actual places that really exist in Tokyo and Osaka?
These are real life establishments licensed to be in our game. So if there's a place that you like the arcade down the street in Japan, you want to check it out and find it here.
It's like virtual reality. I love it. Now, how would you describe the genre of this game?
This is an action-adventure fighter, and it's very authentic. We have lots of things like the original Japanese voiceover. It's here in this game with English subtitles.
Okay, the original had, I think, English actors coming in and redoing the Japanese stuff.
But this one we really listened to our audience. They wanted to see it with the Japanese voiceover, and we kept it for them. So you can totally get the full Japanese feel for it.
Awesome. What's the typical day in the life of a Yakuza gangster?
You know, you wake up late, decide you want to walk over to the bar, there's some thugs, you gotta beat them up and stuff. Come here and you do it in this game.
It sounds like my everyday life.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Awesome, yeah. You gotta play this after.
I will. I'm going to Osaka right after this, living my dream. I love it. Yakuza 2 coming out soon. One of the coolest and most innovative games here at E3. Back to you.
Well, thank you for that, Zach. Now see if you can maybe find some GameCube games while you're out there. I'm sure they're innovative as well. After the break, we're strapping on some jetpacks and hijacking a flying saucer or two with an early look at Capcom's Dark Void. We've got more games, more interviews, and more demos on the way as G4's live coverage of E308 Day 1 continues.
E308 Live is brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero, real Coke taste and 0 calories. And by ITT Technical Institute, providing you a place to prepare for your digital future.
I am so beautiful. Good to see you again.
It's slipping! It's slipping!
Oh, stupid tongues. Excuse me, boys, what are you drinking?
We're drinking Coke.
No, you're not. It says Coke Zero on the bottle.
Do you know why we don't like you, Eyeball?
Why?
Because you are a big, fat liar.
I am not fat. I'm not. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
I mean, sure, I help people save money on car insurance, but few folks know that I support wildlife conservation too. You gonna eat all those? Well, you are, aren't you? You're just gonna go to town. All right, well, I'll make this quick. I'm teaming up with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. I'm gonna be making the rounds to get the word out. Are those clams? I love clams.
Do you want to offer me any?
Apparently not.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Crimes are an unfortunate part of our society.
The field of criminal justice is full of men and women, both in the public eye and behind the scenes, working to secure our future. The ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice teaches the fundamentals of the criminal justice system and criminal justice skills. Graduates may be ready to pursue a broad spectrum of careers in the private sector, as well as entry-level positions involving criminal justice, including parole and probation, community corrections, and court systems. Be one of the many dedicated Americans who participate in making our nation a better and safer place for us all. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-372-4052 or visit us on the web.
At eHarmony, we match you with other singles based on compatibility. And the best part is, you can review your matches absolutely free. Aren't you curious to see who you'd be matched with? Log on and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
New Mentos Gum. Irresistibly fresh.
What if I told you there's a quick and easy way to get today's most popular stuff for free? All you need is internet access. Answer a few questions, then tell us where to send your free gift. It's fast, it's easy, and it's real. Thousands of people have already claimed their free gift.
I thought it was too good to be true. Then I got my free Xbox.
I got a free Xbox for my son.
An offer like this doesn't come around every day. Check out the website now and get your free gift.
What is even in this stuff today?
It's oysters. So I got this friend Mike, we used to study together at NYU. And he was always the real successful one, right? So anyway, Mike gives me a call the other day and he's like, "Hey Hollywood, what's up? Are you famous yet?" And I was like, "Dude, I just booked a job on this show called Hurl."
Must have killed him, right?
I mean, sure, I get vomited on. But I'm on the TV set.
Yeah, it's like game, set, and match.
Who do you think had the best overall press conference so far at E3?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin mentioned earlier that Nintendo's press conference was kind of a letdown because they didn't really have anything for the hardcore Nintendo fan, like no Zelda.
They
or
weren't
anything
gunning
like that.
for gamers like myself or for I think a lot of our audience. They were gunning for their moms or maybe their cousins or their girlfriends or
So the big ones when you're comparing them is Sony and Microsoft. So do you have a winner there?
It's tough. I mean, Sony shut off some amazing titles, and it's clear that they're pushing their online service as well. They're trying to get some, the movie rentals going on PSN and some other cool features. But I think overall, Microsoft took it for me.
Really?
I mean, listen,
there you go, Microsoft.
They focused on the games. They had a little bit about the numbers. I really liked, actually, I did like the Sony press conference with the little Big Planet kind of PowerPoint presentation about units sold and whatnot.
You liked some things at the end.
Overall, Microsoft had the total package, the hardcore, the casual, and the online presence.
What did you think of the Final Fantasy 13 announcement?
I mean, look,
stole the show,
I'm not the world's biggest Final Fantasy fan, but I know that there are millions of them out there, and as such, it took everybody by surprise. Nobody was expecting
Everyone
it.
here was shocked.
Yeah, and I think it was a big blow to Sony as well. Like, hey, look, another exclusive franchise making the run to another console. So that was a big deal. I think overall, Microsoft stole it.
So in case you guys are wondering why we're all dressed up and we just start off talking about stuff, it's because we want to say welcome back to G4's live coverage of E308.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It says it there.
Where it's all around us. If you want to know what games you should be looking forward to, you've come to the right place. G4 is the only place where you'll find every single one of them.
Yeah, and keep this in mind, it's just day one. We actually have 2 more days of exclusive new demos, up-close interviews, and reports right from the show floor. This is really the only place you can find it all.
The only place. On a serious note, Jack Thompson's had a rough couple of months with that whole disbarment thing hanging over his head.
Yeah, the internet likes to take immense pleasure in mocking Jack, but what if he had it all? What if we had it all wrong?
Really?
Just think about it.
Listen, vehicular homicides have been on the rise every week since the release of Grand Theft Auto. And guns have played a part in over 20% of the city's crime in the same time period. All the reporters are out there, they're saying that people are finding automatic weapons and sniper rifles on the rooftops and in the alleys. I'm scared, man. I'm telling you, the world is turning into Grand Theft Auto. What are you saying? saying that Jack Thompson was right.
Homeland Security has issued the following warning. All owners of the game Grand Theft Auto 4 should stop playing immediately and report directly to anyone in the designated psychiatric hospitals. For anyone around the loved ones still playing GTA, stay away from them and call 911. It's too late. They're here.
This is the 10th prostitute to be killed by a baseball bat in as many hours. Why didn't somebody warn us about GTA 4?
Someone did.
I need your help, Jack.
Jack the Hammer Thompson, born Cleveland, Ohio, graduated Vanderbilt, middle of his class.
Did you need my help 6 years ago when I sounded the alarm on these murder simulators?
Filed his first lawsuit against GTA in 1997. No one would listen.
Don't forget why you got that big-ass tattoo.
2008, the system tried to shut him down. He ignored his disbarment by walking out of court.
All right. But if we do this my way. Jack Thompson's way.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Yay.
You're dealing with an army of millions that have been trained on these murder simulators for years. But there's one thing they didn't count on.
What?
Me. Let me play the game. It'll make you a killer. I'll see about that.
What is causing trouble among America's youth in schools? Oh, it has to be a video game. Anyone of thought should find that insulting at the face of it. I believe that violence was existing prior to the release of even Pong.
It's Christmas, 1979. My little brother Timmy wanted Pong.
What game were you playing? What did it?
He got ponged himself. Two hoodlums found him in the street.
You're my friend. I loved you like a brother.
Jimmy was back and forth and back and forth. Dude, his neck snapped like a twig. No!
There's a lot of little Timmys out there, Jack, and they need your help.
Where did he get the games?
And well, not give everybody games.
I can get a strategy guide and find out how the game ends. I can beat them. I couldn't stop this, Jack. If you were stronger, none of this would have ever happened.
Wow. I had no idea.
I guess, you know, if the whole law thing goes down, you know, then
Well, at least he'll have plenty of time to work on his abs.
that's, you know, there's an
Those are
upside.
some impressive
Yeah, and
abs.
he's got some sweeting.
Yeah,
so.
your 8-minute abs on YouTube. Stuff works. I don't do it, but I hear
But no,
it works.
I hear that it works. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a lot easier to just play video games.
Yeah,
instead of doing
definitely,
sit-ups.
which you should be doing. Easily one of the highlights of Microsoft's media briefing was the live demo of Resident Evil 5. Is that good to say?
Yeah, I mean, it was
Accurate?
incredible. I wasn't expecting the co-op, and it looked great.
And there it was. The game is almost here with a release date and everything. So here is the latest trailer.
Splendid timing. You two are just in time for the fireworks show. Boom!
This game is due on Friday, March 13th. That is way too far away. Believe it or not, there is a world outside of this convention center. I don't believe it, actually. For the headlines that aren't E3 related, here's all the news you need to know. Time for the feed.
I'm Allison Hayslip, and here are your top news stories live from the floor of E3. The video game Lost Planet is making its way to the big screen. The story revolves around an expedition to an ice planet that has an energy source that can save mankind. David Hayter, who wrote the screenplay for the highly anticipated Watchmen film, is set to write the script. More on the project is expected to be announced here at E3, so stay tuned. Universal Pictures is convinced that audiences want more of Wanted. The film has grossed almost $200 million worldwide, and the studio has renewed producers Mark Platt's contract for another 5 years. Platt says that the writers are working on the next installment of the Wanted franchise and trying to solve some creative issues that the ending caused. We'll be interested to see what they come up with since there's no sequel to the book. And here's some movie news that is kind of a bummer. First, J.J. Abrams' Star Trek was pushed from 2008, and now it's not teasing anything at Comic-Con. Sci-Fi Wire spoke to a disappointed Abrams who said that the special effects shots in his Trek reboot are just not ready to be seen by an audience yet. Trek is in good company. Paramount Studios is not taking any of their geek bait to this year's con. No G.I. Joe and no Transformers 2 footage. Boo! JJ's new Star Trek opens May 9th, 2009. And finally, you can breathe a sigh of relief. YouTube will not be giving up your user information to Viacom, thank goodness. Well, they'll be giving it to them. It'll just be masked to protect your privacy. Last year, Viacom accused YouTube of turning a blind eye to piracy on the website. They believe YouTube should be doing more to protect artists' copyrights by policing videos uploaded to their site. YouTube argues that they do the best they can. Over 10 hours of video gets uploaded to the site every minute. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Stay tuned to G4 all day and look for the feed ticker at the bottom of your screen. We'll have all the news you need to know as it happens. I'm Allison Hayslip, and you've just been fed.
Thanks, Allison. We are skeptical of this real world, but stay with us after today's E3 coverage. G4's Stay Out of the Sun Summer continues with our newest original series called Hurl.
Yes, inspired by viral videos that are found on the web, Hurl combines competitive speed eating with intense physical challenges, all designed to shake up the competitors and make them hurl.
For more information and to play Hurl the game, check out G4TV.com/Hurl. It all starts tonight at 9 p.m. immediately following E3 08 Live.
That's right. Now, when we come back, you'll get your first look at Capcom's Dark Void, which has the unique distinction of really being the first vertical-based shooter.
Plus, we've got even more live demos of the biggest games around, including Star Wars, The Force Unleashed, and Bionic Commando.
Don't forget, you can see all of the best E3 08 clips anytime, anywhere, right on your mobile phone. If you want info, just go to G4TV.com/mobile. It's also available on Verizon's Vcast as well. Guys, do not go anywhere.
No.
We'll be right back. Plenty more left from E3.
E3 08 Live is brought to you by Hurl. Just relax, let go, and hurl. Starts tonight at 9, only on G4.
And here we go.
Get inside the most anticipated film this year, The Dark Knight, a G4 special preview, tomorrow at 8 after E3.
Entrez. Bon, ici la chambre. J'aime beaucoup ces voix.
Hey, Brad's phone. Brad doesn't have AT&T, which means we've got no bars here in France. So, thanks for the call about the room that's become available at the 5-star hotel. That's great news. Only we won't get it. Looks like old French Toast here is going to take this place instead.
Vous avez voir la télévision?
Oh, isn't he cute?
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places. For a limited time, get our exclusive LG Shine for only $49.99.
In this home, a family grows. Children learn and play. Bonds are built. But before it was a house, it was a detailed drawing on a plan. The bachelor degree program in construction management in the School of Drafting and Design at ITT Technical Institute offers educational opportunities that can help students prepare for challenging and rewarding careers in the construction industry. There's a demand for individuals with knowledge and skills to manage construction projects. The construction industry needs professionals who can oversee construction projects in accordance with the plans and specifications. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of many, this dream became a home. There are still many more to be built. ITT Technical Institute School of Drafting and Design. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-372-4052 or visit us on the web.
This is you after an energy drink. Unfortunately, so is this. Why do energy drinks make you crash? 1 minute you're wired up, the next you feel worse than before. The answer is large amounts of sugar and caffeine. That's why you should try a new liquid energy shot called 5-Hour Energy. With 5-Hour Energy, you can leave grogginess behind and sail through your day without feeling jittery, tense, or you know. That's because 5-Hour Energy contains a powerful blend of B vitamins for energy and amino acids for focus, alertness, and better mood. There's zero sugar, about as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, and only 4 calories. The 2-ounce shot takes just seconds to drink, and in minutes you're feeling bright, awake, and productive. And that feeling lasts for hours. So if your energy drink makes you crash, switch to 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later. Find out if 5-Hour Energy is right for you. It's available at these fine stores. Or for more information, go to 5hourenergy.com.
A J.G. Wentworth success story. Felicia and the annuity.
A few years ago, I inherited an annuity from my grandfather. I started receiving monthly payments from his insurance company. Then everything seemed to happen at once.
Felicia's employer moved to another state, and she was left unemployed.
Your money starts to go pretty fast when there's no cash coming in.
J.G. Wentworth knows that a big change in life circumstances can change how you look at your annuity.
I heard about J.G. Wentworth through TV ads.
If you have an annuity that is no longer serving your needs and you need cash now, call J.G. Wentworth. You'll get a free appraisal and have all your questions answered. Don't wait. The sooner you call, the faster you'll have your money. Call now.
J.G. Wentworth helped me, and they made it really easy.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call 866-433-9717. 866-433-9717.
Hey guys, welcome back to E3 2008. I'm Flitz, the only fan on the floor. I'm excited. I've gotten to play so many games running on the floor. I've gotten to play Fallout 2, Resistance 2, 2 Human, and Left 4 Dead. But the important thing is I found my game. Yes, Street Fighter 4. I'm sitting here playing as Ryu, getting my practice on in the Capcom Street Fighter 4 room. There is so much Street Fighter 4 Capcom epicness, I can barely contain myself. And I know what you're saying. You're just a little bit jealous, you know, because you're there watching and I'm here playing. Well, that's okay. It's okay because I can convey as much energy as I need to get it to you guys. And I would like to thank G4 for that. Thank you, G4. Thank you, G4. Thank you, G4. I'd say it one more time, but then it just becomes a bit redundant. I have to get back to practice. You guys get back to, you know, watching me practice. I lost.
Yes, you're welcome, Flitz, and keep up the practicing and keep the reports coming in.
Well, he'll be out there every day using our name to get free stuff.
Welcome back to G4's live coverage of E308. If you love video games, we've got your fix. We have 3 days of exclusive coverage for the industry's biggest and most prestigious event.
This year, it's all about the games. This week, we have live demos of the hottest titles. And here's Kevin with another one more, a game from Capcom that is really not for those afraid of heights.
No, that's true. Flying saucers, jetpacks, mid-air hijackings. Are you sold yet? I thought so. Here's an exclusive hands-on demo of Capcom's Dark Void. Joining us today is Dark Void's lead designer, Jose Perez, and Capcom lead designer, Morgan Gray. Thanks for coming by, guys. Yeah. All right, we've got the game fired up, and right away, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but it looks like it's scrolling in the wrong direction. It's supposed to go from left to right.
Not in this game. In this game, we actually have something called vertical cover. So similar to a lot of the cover-based games that have come out, we actually have a cover system that allows you to scale up walls. So what Morgan's doing right now is if you look, the camera is actually going up, and he has the ability to SWAT turn. He can peek out from here. He can do blind fire. And it's really just a whole different way of how we're approaching cover-based gameplay.
Did you purposely sit down and say, hey, we want to screw everybody who's had years of practice going from left to right. Let's just do this. I mean, what was the inspiration behind this method of gameplay?
There's a lot of inspiration inspiration behind it. Obviously, Gears of War is something that we played a lot of.
Fantastic cover system.
Yeah, we have Unreal 3, so we're leveraging a lot of the stuff that they have. But really, the main inspiration was just pure insanity. It was late one night. We were looking for something innovative and a new way to kind of put a twist on the game, and this is kind of what we came up with.
You clearly found it. I mean, this looks incredible. You said you're running on Unreal Tech?
We're running on Unreal Tech, yes.
And what have you done to tweak it to actually suit your game?
Oh, all kinds of things. I mean, we have a really big world that you deal with when you get to the rocket pack and some of those other things. So just being able to handle that big of a world, we rewrote the AI from scratch. So
and what are we seeing here? For those who, I mean, obviously we've seen some of the vertical scrolling, and we're wondering, who is this guy and why is he beating people mercilessly and shooting through them?
This is Will. So Will starts out as a struggling cargo pilot, and what happens is he's on a routine cargo flight through the Bermuda Triangle, crash lands into a parallel dimension known as the Void, and he meets up with some other survivors that are there, and then he goes up against this seemingly unopposable race known as the Watchers. And Morgan just died there, for the record. For the record.
It happens. You rewrote the AI perhaps better than
Morgan,
right?
Sure. Better than Morgan.
It's better than Morgan AI. That's our new shtick.
Morgan, when you're playing this game, what's the control scheme? I see you're shaking yourself free
so
here.
The enemies will melee. It's basically classic shooter controls. You got a button that puts you in and out of cover. You got to zoom in to shoot, aim. A lot of freeform. With Will having the rocket pack, you get a lot of play with moving around.
That's great. And so you got the rocket pack in there, and I see you shooting a couple different weapons here. What other tools are at our disposal, weapons-wise or power-up-wise?
Well, so on top of weapons and then the hover pack, you'll actually eventually upgrade to the rocket pack, which allows you to fly. In addition to that, a lot of the team at Airtight Games worked on this game called Crimson Skies High Road Revenge.
Yes.
So we've taken a lot of our flight mechanics and we've used that knowledge and we've applied it here. So what Morgan's doing right now is he's actually using the rocket pack.
Every time I see this game, I'm amazed at just how do you? I mean, is that mocap? Did you hang some poor soul by strings and just shake them with some ping pong balls on?
Something like that. No, all of our animation is actually hand keyed. Look at bam!
Oh,
bam!
Okay, I thought, is he going to grab onto the wall or no? He's going to explode.
He's going to die.
Very nice.
Right for it.
It looked very pretty. So you
it's all hand keyed animation and yeah.
And how does flight work? Is it clear that like you hit a point in a level and it's okay, I need to fly now, or can you take flight whenever you want?
Well, once you upgrade to the rocket pack, you actually have the ability to fly whenever you want. So if you're in like a really tight hallway, probably not the best idea to activate the rocket pack.
Yeah.
But if you're out in these big open areas, then you can take to it and you can deal with the encounters the way that you want.
The game looks absolutely stunning. By the way.
Thank you.
It really looks incredible. What type of modes are we talking about here, gameplay-wise?
Well, this right here is the hijacking mode. So Morgan has just grabbed onto the UFO, and he's got to get that stinky, skinny little Watcher out of there.
It's a bit of cat and mouse.
It's a little bit of cat and mouse, game of patience. So he needs to basically just harass this UFO enough in order for that guy to pop out. Then
distract
he can
him, rip off the panel there.
Yeah, jump in there, do a little wiggle stick action.
And we epic battle for the gun.
Epic battle. Step on him, shoot him in his robot face.
Oh! Very nice. And jacks the UFO, and now it becomes yours.
Yeah, now you actually have access to the UFO. So this is very similar to what we did on Crimson Skies. We're, again, taking a lot of that knowledge. So you've got special moves, you've got a look-at camera, and
if I may, one thing that Crimson Skies had, which I absolutely love, was multiplayer. Are you guys focusing on the single player only for this title? Or?
For Dark Void, we decided to focus only on the single player, and that's primarily just because we have so many different innovative features, from the rocket pack to the vertical cover.
And then you don't have to worry about shoehorning any features into the multiplayer side of things. You can focus on making it an awesome experience.
Dark Void 2, we'd love to do multiplayer, but
very cool.
You got to focus.
Now, Morgan, this is a game that it's coming out on 360, PS3, and PC. Were any sacrifices made to make sure it fits on every platform? Or?
So right now, our goal is basically to try to provide a unified experience for any platform you're onto, and then try to play to the strengths. So obviously, we'll be having a lot of fun with achievements on 360. We'll be having fun with trophies on PS3 moving forward. So depending on what platform you have, it's going to be pretty awesome. However you want to go with it.
Awesomeness abounds.
Awesomeness oozes.
That's all you really need to know. Is that the press release? Just one giant bullet point that says, "Hey,
Dark Void, awesomeness abounds."
Can you just jump out of this UFO right now?
Yeah, right now. I'm out.
Hit the B button twice, and you can go into that. So if your plane or your UFO starts getting really damaged, you jump out of it,
rocket pads
find another one.
And hey, guess what? Awesomeness abounds.
And awesomeness abounds. Yes.
Jose, Morgan, thank you guys so much. It looks absolutely incredible. Thanks for coming on and showing it off. Really appreciate it. Now, guys, here's Morgan with our results of the latest X poll. Morgan.
That looked pretty awesome, didn't it?
That was really cool.
I want to jump out of a UFO and then turn on my hover pack and then fly out of there. Okay, I'm sorry, paying attention. Earlier, we asked you if you liked the new art style for Prince of Persia. Your choices were yes, no, and I wish it were 2D. Well, the numbers have been crushed, and it seems that 42% of you love the new art style, though a lot of you want 2D. What gives it that?
Maybe we have a large, older viewership that misses those Apple II games. I call them weirdos. All right, if you can't catch every single episode of E3 OH live action, don't worry. G4 On Demand Coverage starts this Thursday.
Yeah, we'll be bringing you new content and show highlights of our hands-on game demos, announcements, and floor reports. Check out G4TV.com/VOD for more information.
Now, coming up, we'll hit the E3 floor for more looks at MotorStorm Pacific Rift for the PlayStation 3.
Yes.
As well as Midway Sin City Simulator. That's easy. This is Vegas.
Plus, we'll show you why it's good to be bad with a live hands-on demo of Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
Great! And if you want to see archived streams of the EA, Capcom, Ubisoft, and Activision press conferences, check out G4TV.com/E3. Stay with us. E308 Live will continue right after this.
The way you watch TV is changing, and G4 is leading the way.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
Now you're in control. Anytime, anywhere. Online, podcast, mobile, on demand. G4, TV that's plugged in.
Unleash your inner rock star the Aerosmith way. Guitar Hero Aerosmith. Rated T.
Mentos gum is irresistibly fresh. Buy your personalized pocket bottle at mymentosgum.com. Mentos gum, irresistibly fresh.
We are a very close family.